thing about that is that like I'm glad Claire makes that joke because like she's
if you're uncomfortable.
Well, I wasn't going to. It's only I'm not like I'm joking mostly. It's okay because it's Claire.
Like super uncomfy.
No. I'm legit doing that for y'all because like it, and that's why I approached Logan the way I was. I wasn't trying to be selfish.
I used to
or lazy.
be remittuous. My mom.
Sorry, I was gonna make the worst joke. I was gonna be like last week, but
oh my god! Wow.
I'm sorry.
All right, this time I'm just gonna walk out the door because I'll be right back. I just say
that's horrible. That's real bad.
I'm sorry. You just want to get into a flow of things, and you're like, no, pull back. Pull back.
I'm trying to cope.
Horrible person.
I'm trying to cope.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You seem to be doing all right. Like in comparison. Like in comparison? Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like, how do I describe your mom being dead? It was hard to sleep last night. Like, it comes and it goes. Like, there's a lot of the time where I do not believe that she's actually dead.
No, I know that's called
you know
denial.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's like.
Sorry, I went doctor mode. I was
him
like,
have
what
his
mode? Am I
time,
Claire mode? Am I doctor mode? Where am I going?
No therapist right now. Just
thanks
be
for
his friend.
Thanks for explaining denial to me. It's not just a river in Africa.
Yeah, that would have been if Claire said it. But instead,
oh wow,
Claire
you made a denial joke, and I didn't realize at first. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Wow.
Oh,
I did a dad joke. Yeah, I did a dad joke.
Yeah, that was slow.
No,
that's almost worse than the dad joke.
I was.
Jeez.
I was telling Sarah today that like because she brought up what was going on, we were just talking, and then I told her, what's so weird is that like anytime somebody brings up that mom is dead, it's kind of like I feel like what? Like I feel like I'm in another dimension, and I'm like, when did this happen? Like I was there, and I feel like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm in the wrong dimension, or I'm just like in an alternate reality where like it happened. And I'm just like, it's like when you like go back to the future or something, you know what I mean? And you're just like, oh my God, what is going on? You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's very jarring at some points. Last night it was hard for me to sleep because I kept replaying in my head for some reason. I think it's because at nighttime there's just so much space in the room and your mind projects a lot.
Yeah.
But it was just, I kept replaying like how she died in my head because I was in the room, when it happened.
I guess.
And everybody was in the room. Austin was there. Her family was there.
I know, but you were there, and that's.
But I was
we were
there
talking
too.
about you. Yeah.
And so like I kept replaying it, and it was like really hard for me to sleep. So I just like got my headphones and I like blasted music into my head, and so I could sleep. And that worked. That worked. But it's kind of like for me, it's like I guess I never really know when I'm okay. I think.
No, I know, yeah.
I think that's my thing because I think I don't talk about being not okay so much, and I don't talk about being okay so much that I think I'm gonna like start to show on this too. That like because I feel like this is important for somebody else to hear. That like when something like this happens, like I really notice like how not okay I am. And it's very, very weird to notice how much I like bury all the time and how much I don't acknowledge all the time, how much I'm not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do. Like, I know, yeah.
And so
remember
like,
when you
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you talk because you were talking so well though. I don't want to interrupt. This is all important for you to get off your chest. Go.
Well, I mean, this show is kind of cathartic for me. And so, like, it's kind of like when I was talking about not being okay, it's like I think I try to be strong for a lot of people like most of the time. And I'm trying to, like, do a lot of shit at once that I don't really notice. And I really kind of started noticing like over the weekend, like how much stuff I do, because like I brought Sarah up for the weekend and she didn't get to meet mom, but I had intended her to, but it was just too much stuff that was going on. And it wasn't that mom was like just horrible. It was just stuff that was going on around mom that made it difficult for them to meet. And I had to get a hotel for Sarah, and I'm running back up and down the room, and I'm going from Sarah to mom, and I'm doing all this and that. And I'm like, wow, I really like do a lot, like all the time. Cause like I still had like, this was Saturday. So I was like, oh my God, I still have to like edit the show. And I didn't have any time I edited the show in like 30 minutes Sunday morning. And then I put the show out, you know, and the show came out okay. But I just like, I was like, I wasn't aware. You're all right, Mitch. He just had like a big noise.
You're crazy.
I just realized like how much I was doing, because like I was doing mom and a girlfriend and work and the show like all at once when I was working. And even now I'm not working, I'm like, the load isn't that much different. And so I wasn't okay through that whole thing, you know? And I didn't notice that because I was just running on like 100% the whole time. I was trying to make sure mom was okay. I really wanted her to live. And you get into your head a little bit that, you know, everything you're doing is going to like make an impact on this person as far as their health goes. And that's not how that goes. And which is crazy.
Sorry, I'm just relating.
Yeah, I know. I know. Because I'm like thinking about like even like spiritual things I was going through, where it's like, you know, you pray and then like you don't get the things you pray for. But then like, it's not that everything was all bad. There was good that happened too. Like some of the best things that happened out of it was that like I'd had the time to talk to her, and that like she was clear enough to talk to her. Monday is when she died. And I was driving up there, and I was going to come up there anyways because they were going to put a feeding tube in for her. And like there was all this stuff that was supposed to happen to like kind of help her get back to normal strength, get her back on her feet. But the night before, Sunday night, she went unconscious because of like there's too much fluid around her lungs, right? And so she couldn't really breathe, and then she went unconscious. So they put her on like oxygen, like a full oxygen mask, and then they brought her down. Monday morning, they were trying to make a plan for what happened, but then they was talking to Austin, and they kind of hinted that, you know, she wasn't going to make it. So like,
I hate when they do that. It's like, yes or no. Like,
yeah, exactly. Right. Austin didn't tell me that's what was going on. He just told me that, you know, where am I? I need to get down there. So like, that was like around 8:00 or so. And so like, it's like an hour and a half drive. And I was like, okay, I was already halfway done getting ready. So I like hurry up and got ready as quick as I could, and then jumped in the car and left. Austin was trying to contact me, like, where are you, while I was on the highway. So I didn't know anything about what he was saying to me. And then I got to the hospital. Sarah calls me, asks me where was I, because, you know, my brother's trying to get in touch with me. I call Austin, and Austin's like, where are you? I say, I just got to the hospital. And he goes, oh, okay, just come right up. Now they're sending text messages and calling each other, and I'm thinking like, this is the most urgent thing. I thought she was dead already, right? Because I'm like, if it got to the point where Austin called Sarah and they never met, like something horrible just happened, right? So, so I actually went up there, and Austin was crying and everything, and he was like trying to tell me that, you know, the doctors are saying all this, and I'm like trying to tell him, you know, doctors say a lot of things, have faith and all this and that. I get back to the room, and I'm happy because I see my mom and she's awake. I thought she was still unconscious, right? And she's actually awake. And I'm like, okay, so what's the problem, right? I look at my mom and she's talking to me. She's trying to talk with the breathing mask on and everything, but not very well. But making out some of the words. We're talking, but she's awake. Then like this goes on for like an hour or two. Austin comes in and out. I'm like, Austin, why didn't you tell me she's awake? And he's like, no, I said that. And I was like, I don't remember you saying that, all this and that, but we didn't really have an argument about it.
And so, sort of like, what?
Yeah, I was just like, what's going on, And so my aunts were there and my grandparents were there, and like they kind of stressed her out a little bit, so I kind of tried to keep some of them out of the room and like say that they can like visit her one at a time. Then like I'm talking to her and like they were gonna do like a thoracentesis to like draw the fluid from her back out,
Right.
And before they can do that, they were like, well, her blood pressure isn't high enough, so we're trying to push her blood pressure up so we can do that. And they hooked her up to like all these vials of liquid and all these bags and stuff, and they still couldn't get the pressure up. And then out the blue, I was just talking to her, and then she was like, I gotta take the mask off. And we're like, no, I'm like telling her, don't take the mask off, keep the mask on. If they're giving you oxygen, you need the oxygen, you need it at this level. And it's like blowing in her face, and that's why she didn't like it. And
sorry, go on.
then like she's so tough, but like she threw up for some reason while the mask was on. And then they took the mask off because she threw up. They wanted to put it back on, but they took it off because she threw up. And then like they put like another, like the little oxygen tube around in her nose.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like really enough. But right after that, she just like, she didn't like go into shock or anything, but like a bunch of alarms went off, and I'm in the room. I'm like, no, I was just right outside the room. They're like, doctors just started rushing in. No, I'm in the room. Doctors started rushing in. I don't know why, because I'm like, what's going on? She's right here. Then I move out the room because like I see more and more doctors. It's just because we're in the ICU. More and more doctors are coming in. More and more doctors are coming in. So I'm like, there's no room for me, and I need to be out of here. So then they bring out the big, the big puffer air thing. But we had said that we didn't want any resuscitation for her because she has multiple myeloma. And what multiple myeloma does is it wears down your bones over time. It like eats away at your bones. So like her bones would have been weak enough to where if they had done like chest compressions, they would have broken like almost all of her ribs at the same time.
Yeah, that would have just been fucked.
So is that me beeping or you guys?
You're also frozen on my screen.
Hold on.
It's not me.
Oh, it's me. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No worries. You're okay.
I'll just drop back in. All right.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right. So.
Sorry, that wasn't you.
No, it's all right. There's a bunch of stuff going on. And so all these doctors come in, and then like they stop, and then like some of them leave, and I'm like, they're like watching the numbers go down, and I'm like trying to like shake her. I'm trying to like wake her back up, and I'm like, why isn't anybody helping? Like, why isn't anybody doing anything? And I know we didn't ask for like any CPR, but they're like, we did everything we can, and we're already doing everything we can. We like have all this.
Logan, mute on Facebook. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm doing everything I can, and we're like that, and that went on for a while. We're just yelling and praying and trying to get her to wake up, and And she's not really waking up. She's just like fading. You know how like you kind of go unconscious and you like just kind of like, and like you can't really wake up, but you're like halfway and she's just breathing and breathing and breathing. I'm trying to tell her to breathe, just breathe. And well, not to traumatize anybody any further, but like that went on for a while. And then the best part of it was that like she spent so much time fighting that at one point what she does is she kind of like, she had her mouth open the whole time because she's trying to get her breath in and she's trying to breathe through her mouth. And then something happens where she just kind of closes her mouth. She gives like a half smile and she just closes her eyes. And it was like, it wasn't like she gave up. It was like she just was like, okay. And I saw that happen and I was kind of like, okay. But I was kind of happy for her because it looked like she wasn't hurting, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry. And like,
it's
don't
okay.
apologize. Don't apologize.
It's a
This
lot.
is like the worst story time ever.
I know, this is the worst story ever that I've ever told.
I think it's a good one.
And so we just kind of stayed there with her and we all said like, through the whole thing, we kind of like talked to her and I was trying to talk to her in her ear and tell her things that I thought she needed to hear. And like, what does it fucking matter? You know, like, you know, somebody's dying and they're like confessing to you, like, you know, their wishes and how they, you know, regretted this and regretted that and they love you and all that.
It was good for you though, I think.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, you're important too.
Well,
You're
yeah.
important too, and that's your mum.
That's fair.
Okay?
It's just, you know, you take a mom and then like she's always taking care of everybody. She's always taking care of you. And then like in her last moments, you're like, here's some emotional baggage. But
it's okay. She can process it in heaven.
Yeah.
Facts.
My mom, if anybody's going to heaven, it's my mom. She's like a saint. Like, I mean, like,
she's like angel worthy. He's gonna be like,
yeah, like she's too good. You know, like she's just really good, and like she's always
goes
right.
To hell for being too good.
She's too good. You're not fun. You're not fun at the parties.
well, Logan, would you tell us a little bit? Because I don't even remember. I only ever got to meet her once, the end of the school year when you was up and her and your dad came to help you move out.
I think
tell us a little bit about it.
There's no way to like. I was talking to Sarah's mom about that. No, I think I was talking. I don't know who I talked to. I don't know who I'd be talking to nowadays. But like,
I get that.
Where is if you're just tuning in? When's that happening?
No, that's not important today.
But like, what I was saying is that
today's a
my
special
mom,
show.
Yeah, my mom, she doesn't. It's really hard to describe a person like my mom, and I get some of that from her too. But like, she's impossible to describe because even if you describe her, she'll be like, I'm not like that. I don't like that. She can watch a movie like 10 times in a row and you'll be like, hey mom, I thought you liked this movie. She goes, I don't like that movie. Like, like I'd be like,
I respect that.
But you watched The Lion King 10 times in a row. I don't like it. Like,
I just watched it.
You just watched it. She'd be like, that was something to do. Like, and like,
I just
no, she likes the Lion King though.
She's a little liar, isn't she?
No, some of the times I think she is lying. I'm like, there's no way you watch something or like partake. Yeah, you just don't want somebody to know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I respect that.
Which I do the same thing, but it's like, dang, come on.
Me too, 100%.
It's hard to like have it come back to you. You know, that's what I mean.
Like, don't tell me who I am.
Especially from the person that you get it from.
Yeah, exactly. Or you gave it to, I guess, maybe in her case. But it's like, if I told you about her, it's like, you know, it doesn't do her justice, because you got to tell stories about her. You got to tell stories about what she did. Like, my dad used to be a stonemason, and like, I remember one Christmas, like my mom learned how to put up stone on the wall just to get us money. You know what I mean? Like, she used to do stuff like that. Like, she learned how to do stone. She used to do stucco. She used to, like, she knew how to mix mud, like to put it on the wall with the bonding agent. She knew how to do all of that. And she learned how to do that so that like her kids could have money for Christmas. Because my dad was so sociable, you know? And I'm being nice, but like he would try to be like, you know, more sociable with clients than he would like try to make money. He liked interacting with people more than he liked charging them. And she was the one that tried to she was the one that really like upped the prices sometimes. And she was the one that so the Christmas I'm talking about, what she did was, my dad was just like dragging on this job, and Christmas is coming up, and she gets on that wall and she starts like putting like, I think it was stucco, that job. And she was like just plastering that wall up. She was putting stucco all up the wall. And she was like, no, my kids are going to have a Christmas this year. You crazy. You got to be out of your mind. You think you'll take Christmas away from my kids this year. And like, she was just like putting that shit up, and she was like putting the team on her back. And I always remember that. And she tells that story. And I'm like, you like, even if she never told that story, I'd still remember it, you know?
But like, you experienced it.
But like, my mom is like this little 5'2" black lady, and tiny, and like probably like the most powerful person you'll ever meet in your life. Like, she inspires. Who I wanted to be
when I grew up.
Yeah.
Like,
oh wow, is that right?
I'm not even kidding. I remember
I think that's great.
When I first met Logan, my mum's in a really rough place, like my mum personally, with my dad and stuff. Like, stuff was going on. Anyway, and I remember thinking how, like, not necessarily, like, I don't want to call my mum weak, because she wasn't weak, but she was just really beaten down. Like, she was just going through it. I remember talking to Logan and meeting Logan and all this sort of stuff. And he was telling me about his mum and stuff she was going through, and I'd literally go to my mom and be like, why didn't you try this? And like, she literally inspired like this household of girls who were basically petrified of this one guy to be stronger and to be independent and to not need him.
I didn't know that. Oh my god.
I wanted to be her. Like, I loved her. Sorry, go on. Go. You go. Not my time. Not my place. Great, not my business.
She, like, when she divorced my dad. Oh yeah, they got divorced. I'm telling like all the stories my mom wouldn't want you to hear. Like,
when did that happen? Was that after we left?
My mom got divorced from my dad in like 2016.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so like a couple of years ago.
I've been confused for it. I was like, "Yo, what are you?"
No, they got divorced in 2016. No, it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. It was a good thing for her, because like she was not in a happy marriage. She was in a bad marriage. She was in a bad place. And the great thing about that story is that like, after she gets divorced from my dad, she finds a place in like a month. She already bought a car like earlier that year, and it's all in her name. And my grandfather, her dad, real Haitian misogyny, like misogynistic type dude,
word?
You know? Yeah. He has he has 3 girls, including my mom, 2 boys. But like, you know, it's like real, like, you know, you need a man to do this and you need a man to do that. You know, like my mom couldn't like cook in the beginning, like when she was real young, she couldn't cook, and he used to make fun of her and say like, where are you going to find a man that's going to cook for you, if you don't learn how to cook. It like, funny enough, like my dad can cook, like my dad's a cook, so she did.
Look at that.
You know what I mean? But like, it's so funny because like when she got divorced, like my grandpa assumed that like she would need his help, or that like where was she gonna go, what was she gonna do, and like he asked her like, well, what's gonna happen? And like she's like, oh no, I got a place already, I got a car, I got a place and everything. He's like, oh wow, you got a place already? He's like, that was fast, you're good. And she's like, yeah, I'm like, fine. No, she's like, no, my mom never like, she never like takes credit for her own accomplishments like that, so she never really gets it like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, but like she accomplishes a lot. She got like 2 degrees, while she was working, while she was trying to put like food on the table and everything.
What degrees, if you don't mind me asking?
She got a degree in behavioral sciences. She got a master's in that, and she got a degree in psychology. So she got her bachelor's in psychology and her master's in behavioral sciences.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. And then like after that, she used that degree to go help like autistic children, and those are her kids. Yeah. That's what she said. Those are her kids. But like imposter syndrome just like runs in like it runs in the bloodline, must be, because I get it. And like she had it big time. But like we really helped each other, like because I moved out with her. And Austin was living in New York at the time. But like she started teaching, and then she's like, Logan, they got me this classroom and I'm with this teacher's assistant. I kind of let the teacher assistant do a lot of the stuff because I don't feel like a teacher. I'm like, no, Mom, you are a teacher. You're a teacher. Like, you got the teacher assistant there. You're the teacher, though. And it took her a little while, but like, she's like, yeah, I am a teacher, But like, she always like, the only reason I was able to tell her things like that or give her like, because sometimes like she'd be low and I give her like a little pep talk or something. Nice. But like, what I told her, or like, like how I come on here and I tell you guys things and stuff like that. Yeah. It's the same thing, I would do. But I used to tell her like all the time that, I know I come in here and I talk to you and I tell you this and that, but like the only reason I can do that is because of how you taught me to do that in the first place, how you taught me how to think about things. Like every time I needed advice, like I would go to her. Every time I needed any type of thinking about a subject, I would go to her about it. You know what I mean? Like she taught me everything I know about like just like how you think about people, how you think about things, like how do you like the greatest quote from my mom, and I'll stop talking about her soon because this isn't like the Logan Making Mom show, but like
I'm just gonna go do something real quick. I'm so sorry.
Go for it. Yeah.
2 seconds.
But like the greatest thing my mom ever told me, and the greatest lesson I ever got from her is like, she would be like, if you were like ever afraid of somebody else, or you were ever intimidated by like a bully at school or anything, she'd be like, what's so great about him? And then
she taught you this lesson.
Yeah.
She put the willing to die even if I know I'm gonna die into you. Is that right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's so weird because like she doesn't like take credit for that at all, but like it's her fault. And
I imagine she'd want to, yeah.
like what she would say is that like, if you came home, you said like, this person bothering you or whatever, and she would need you to like, I'll let Claire sit down. Hold on. No problem. That way it's like not in the middle of it. What I was saying was, if like you had like a bully or something, like she came by and wanted to know why this person was bothering you, and you told her, how you felt about them or how they made you feel, she'd be like, Logan, don't worry about him. This is like a woman talking to like 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds, like 6-year-old Logan, 8-year-old Logan, didn't matter to her. She'd be like, Logan, don't worry about him. He got to sit on the toilet just the same way you do to take a shit. Y'all both doing the same thing. Don't even worry about it. She said he got to stand up to piss just like you. Okay, he ain't no better, no more special than you are, right? And that type of stuff just like sticks in your head, like when you're little, like you know what I mean?
No, it does.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely does.
And so like. My dad was good like that too. Like he would be like, you know, it doesn't matter how big anybody is, you know. But like just like that message from her and like that's not a big lady. She was never a big lady. She was just always tiny. Like, you know? She's scary. You know what I mean? She's scary.
I think that might be a Haitian woman thing as well. Cause my mom's also, you know, small little woman. And, you know, my dad, he gets all the respect and everything, but we're all afraid of my mother.
Yeah.
My mother just has this, like, okay, like, yo, please, we're sorry. I don't know, but.
Because even as I got older, because I'm more rebellious than my brother is, but even as I got older, I argue, you know what I mean? So I argue with her, but like, as she got older too, I'm like telling her, you know, I don't like arguing with you because like it's kind of scary. Like I told her that one time. She's like, Logan, that doesn't make any sense. You're bigger than me. It's more scary for me to argue with you than it is for you to argue with me. I'm like, no. I'm like, no.
See, she was playing. Like, she was already on game. She was already just like, let me tease him. Yeah, you know this hard for me, right?
Yeah. Right? I'm like, nah, that doesn't track in my head. Like it doesn't. I told her I don't think about it that way because I said I don't ever think about it that way because like I said in my head when I talk to you and like when you raise your voice, you're so big to me. Like it doesn't matter. And I'm like, she's like 5'2". I'm like 5'10". Like I'm like actually big. Like she's like a shrimp. All right. She's right. But like
5'2" isn't that small, by the way. I think it's once you get like under 5 foot. Like when you're under 5 foot, you're
a midget. You got to be that small. You got to be like a little person.
I mean, under 5.
Excuse me to the little people, but like you got to be like a little person.
Like 4 foot's like right here, right? Yeah.
No, Mitch. No. 3 foot is your desk.
3, 4.
3 foot
is not my desk.
3 foot is your desk, and a foot over that is 4 foot.
That's like 2 feet.
People not walking around here just being like 4 foot tall. Like,
all right.
I knew someone who was 12 foot tall.
I guess I didn't realize.
But like most people, the way Mitch is talking about it, he's talking about like people who are probably like 5 foot are like
4'10", like 4'11", 4'10" people. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
Anyways,
I don't think 5'2" is that small.
I said all this to kind of get a feeling of like this person that I like admire so much. I wanted to talk about her last episode, but we didn't have time because I was gonna come in here. I was gonna ask you guys like who your heroes are, and I was gonna tell you about my mom and how she's my hero because she is my hero. You know what I mean? And I draw a lot of my inspiration from her. And one of the things she wanted me to do was this show when I told her about it. And she wanted me to do it so bad that like at my job, the managers, like when you make manager, you're supposed to get like a business card or whatever with your name on it. And for the longest time, they never gave me one. So I finally had them like make me one up when all the other managers weren't there and it was my day. I had the newer print girls make me one up. And then they had this one guy that was working underneath me and he had a card and it said that he was the manager or whatever. And I had her make new cards for him, you know, that said that he was just like a sales associate. And I threw away all of his manager cards and put mine in that place.
Petty, but he didn't deserve those cards.
No, he didn't deserve those cards. And like, you know, I was the only black manager there too. So.
Oh, okay. Yes,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you feel me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Lord.
I knew that, but I was like, I'm not gonna say it.
Here's the funny part about that. Like, I was so happy after I did all that, right? I'd bring one of the cards. I said to Mom, she was at a rehab center at the time, because she had just got off a treatment or whatever, and she was trying to get right. And I told her about the card and I told her the story and I said, look, I got a card. And she goes, you got a card? Like, I guess she wasn't really listening to the story. And then I said, yeah, I got a card. And she go, you got a card? Let me see the card. I want to see the card. And so I give her the card and it's my Staples card, right? Because I used to work at Staples. And it's my Staples card. And she goes, oh, this is what you're talking about? I said, Mom, what do you think I was talking about? She was like, I thought you were talking about for the show. And I was like,
she gets it.
I love it.
She gets it. That's all that matters.
I said,
boy, oh boy.
I felt so bad. Because I was
straight.
like,
how the fuck you ain't have cards made for your show already to show your mama?
I was like, oh my God, I'm really missing like the boat. Like, like the show had already been out and everything. And we had been like, I guess we were already on like episode 6 by then or something. And like, she was like, I thought you like she was really proud of this show. She didn't like everything we said on here, but she was proud that it was happening, that it was something that like I finally like made and like
real.
Talked about. Yeah, and that it was real, you know?
Very, 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 very fucking real.
And like I was talking to my brother the other day, actually right after it happened. We did a lot of talking and like he was telling me about like what she thought about the show. And he was saying that how she was like, no, you don't understand. Logan, he's getting better. Like, he's doing the show. He's like consistent. He's like doing all this and that. And I almost about broke down crying when I heard him say that. Because like, I was always like in the room trying to talk to her, trying to tell her, you know, whether that was like while she was in the hospital or she was at home, like, you know, hey, this is what I got going on. This is what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to make that. I was trying to get her to see me do something before like something would happen to her. And like to hear that like she actually did see that and like she recognized that was like everything at that point, you know? Because it's just like it's who I was like, and this is who I was doing it for, you know? Yeah. So anyways, if you guys don't mind, I just wanted to like tell that story and I wanted to like talk about it because it is something that's important. It's something that's been affecting the show for a long time and I didn't really talk about it and talk about, you know, everything that was going on with me and my mom. And I didn't really talk about it because she didn't really want anybody to talk about it, but I also didn't want to talk about it because it's none of y'all's goddamn business.
Facts. Absolute facts.
But like, to be nicer about it, I just didn't want to talk about it because like
you were going through it.
Yeah, I was going through it and I was just trying to push through it. I was just trying to do everything and like I was making it just like another part of my life.
Yeah, and I think it's really hard to talk about in the midst of it, I think, personally, from what I experienced. When you're in the midst of it and someone wants to talk about it, it's like, I can't talk about that right now because I've got this, and this to do. Like,
Right.
I don't have time to sit down and talk about it, you know?
Right.
Even though you did have time on the podcast and stuff, that doesn't mean that you wanted to talk about it either. So, whatever.
And if you don't want to, why should you?
But like I was saying, what I would like to do today is, because we have a show today that's more than just this.
I thought this was pretty good, personally. I really enjoyed hearing about it.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, how are we doing this?
If you guys don't mind, and because Mitch was like, "Are you going to be okay to come in?" And I told Mitch that, you know, this is what she would have wanted me to do because this is what she was proud of me doing, you know.
She's like,
and so
like Staples.
Yeah.
Those milk and toast cards.
Yeah. She was so happy when I quit my job. She was like, "Oh, really? Wow."
Again?
And then like she was even happier to tell Austin about it, you know what I mean? She was, and then the
So
thing
cute.
is, even with me moving to New York, I was feeling like super guilty because I'm like, you know, I want to move to New York, but like I don't want to leave you, you know? And what she said to me is like, no, you got to live your life. I want you to go. and she told me she gave me basically her blessing to go. And she was saying that, you know, behind my back, she was saying to Austin that, you know, my brother, that how happy she was that I was leaving, going to New York, because she was like, it's going to be so good for him to go to New York. It's going to be so good for him to do all this and that. And like, she just like believed in me so much. And like, I didn't even know that. And like, I didn't know how much she believed in me. Like, I knew she believed, but I just was like always trying to go 100% and like trying to make her believe me, you know, because I know how much I've like messed things up or not done things in the past. And so because of all the things that have happened, because of all the work that's been done, all the work she did, I just kind of want to dedicate the show to my mom.
Did you just ask us permission to do that, Logan?
No. Well, yeah, but not
to
really.
do that
I
would be
hope the fuck
stupid.
you did not.
Not
I
really.
hope the fuck you did not.
No, I didn't,
No,
did he?
not
No.
really.
Right? Okay, cool.
No,
I just had to
'cause this
check
is a
you real quick because I know you wouldn't have had the audacity to insult us like that and ask. Okay, just making sure.
How dare you insult your mother that way?
It's a rhetorical ask.
Oh, okay.
Because y'all know
Even
what time
that's too far.
Y'all know what
Even
time it
that's
is.
too far
Y'all know
for
what
me.
time it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
It's still a show. I got to run a show. I got to sound like, you say things like that on the show.
Oh, okay. Cool. Just cool. Glad we had this talk. Just
anyways, if you're just tuning in,
it's been a long tune.
I'm your host, Logan, and this is the Milk and Toast podcast. Yeah! I'm here with my two best friends. Say hi to the people, Mitch.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
We're being respectful today.
What?
That was for your mother.
Crazy Toasties.
Aww.
Oh my God, I love you guys. Say hi to the people, Claire.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're all good.
Welcome back. I don't know what to say anymore.
Is
We were here
a bit of a
last
wild
week.
ride.
We were definitely still here.
But still make sure to follow us, to check us out everywhere. We got the Reddits, we got the Twitters, we got the Facebooks, we got, what else we got? Sorry. It's been my brain. Sorry.
It's all good.
Today
You're doing great.
was rough.
You're doing great, babe. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Doing great,
babe.
Speedy.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Just keep going. Keep it going. You look great. You're gonna be a star. You're gonna be a star. Go ahead. Just keep it going.
I don't know if it's at the Instagrams yet. Basically, any social media. We're on all of the social medias and all the platforms you can find podcasts. So all you got to do is search Milk and Toast, and we will be there. We have an email at themilkandtoast, AND, and toast at gmail.com. So if you have any recommendations for any like topics, or if you want to send us any artwork or songs or anything, or even dog pics for Claire to rate, because I would love to do that. That'd be so dope. Send them through. Today's a bit of a sad day, but it's also a good day. We got some more topics for you. So who's next? What's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? That's what's next. How are you guys doing? How are you feeling? What's going on? Yeah.
It's a bit of a struggle week for me, but I'm persevering and pushing through, and that's all I have to say on that today.
Yeah, I'm a
say,
broke
no,
ass
you
hoe,
guys.
but-
If you guys are doing shitty, I would like to know.
No, that's it's a struggle. That's why it's a struggle week for me. But otherwise, like I realized I had like what must have been like the last 5 minutes of work, and I used the bathroom. I came back into the office, and I had this like pep in my walk because I was just happy. And I walk in, and one of my coworkers, who's only known me like a little bit over a month, maybe no less than a month, is just like, she's like, "Oh, you look like this actor," and I was like, "Oh yeah, why did I have that pep in my step?" And that's why it's like it's not that big a deal, because it's definitely a struggle week, and I was very upset about it. But apparently, not so upset that I couldn't strut into my office happy for whatever the fuck God knows reason.
I did drop a load. Let's go.
Okay, I wish that had been a part of it. Oh my God, would have been much better of a story. How much better of a story would that have been, right?
had this
But,
monster shit, right? And then
and just walked in, like,
so much better. And I was like 10 K's down the drain. Like,
but yeah, so I'm like getting through the week. You know,
Claire
money was a
gets
tough one.
Claire gets the reputation of being the mature one on the podcast.
I know, but right?
I know. It is all an illusion.
It's
We're in the
actually me,
Matrix.
and I put up the illusion of being a child,
Yeah.
so the enemy can't see my true
so
face.
Same though.
Oh my god! I can't believe you guys did that at the same time. And where like your boxes are for me, like you guys, like the fingers went the
they
same way.
I mean, you know, it wasn't chance. That was me just paying attention enough to Claire. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, playing off it. He's a good actor. You can play off, like, he can do improv. He can play.
How are you doing, Claire?
I can think of the word play. Frazzle.
No,
How are you?
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Improv is the word though, for the record. So
Yeah, but I kept saying play and I meant something else. Anyway,
Improv.
brain's farting.
it's okay.
Yeah, but anywho, I'm good. I'm really stressed. I didn't get paid this week, so I'm pissed off because I have to confront people. And as good as I am at that, I don't like doing it.
I was giving her a pep talk on how it's okay to fuck people up if they fucking with your livelihood. Say it with me, Claire.
That's true.
It's okay to fuck people up if they fucking with your livelihood.
Seriously though,
That's got to be a new meme for the show. It's got to be.
if they fucking with your
We
livelihood.
gotta put shades on. Just be like, nah. Claire's been in America for 2 weeks. Comes back. Ben's like, yo, what the hell? He's like, yo, listen, man. He's like, listen, man.
You fucking with my livelihood?
You're like,
You was fucking with my livelihood. Claire, why do you sound like you've been in an American ghetto with it? You're over there for 2 weeks. Damn it, Mitchell. I'm just gonna be on the cast like, sorry, Ben. I don't know. I just kept yelling shit at her. She kept laughing. I kept going with it.
Yeah. I kept laughing and copying. And I'm someone who mimics too. Like, I will accidentally take on accents and words too. Like, I'll accidentally take on words.
You mirror too?
Oh my god.
I got a piece in my mouth. I'm sorry, guys.
Sometimes I feel you.
mirror too.
No, but
It
you
depends
mirror
on
too?
the dialect.
Yeah, I do. It's crazy.
Oh my god, I do that so much.
And it's so embarrassing.
For the record, people actually kind of naturally do that. And I think personally, from an anthropological perspective, it's just because how you grow up.
It's like
you learn to be yourself by like interacting with other people in the world. And I think you kind of don't necessarily grow out of it. You know what I mean? In one sense.
But it can be kind of weird and kind of bad
And
for more people than others because some people really like. I really do mimic like accents and stuff. So like, I would be at work. And like if your country accent is just like a little too country,
strong,
I do like I kind of like mimic the same thing, match it a little bit. Oh my god,
it's worse because we have a lot of Indian clientele because we have a lot of like vegetarian and vegan options and stuff, and they
sweet.
Yeah, so you know how that goes. Anyway, so there was this like client, and he came through, well, not client, but like guy, and he came through. And he was just like ordering, and that was fine. And then he said, "Have a nice day." And I said it back, but I'm not going to do it because it's insulting as fuck. But I did it in an accent, and it was like, and he just looked at me like,
Indian? You did the Indian accent in front of the Indian?
And it was just like, I was like, oh, I can't even show you because if I show you, it's going to sound so bad without like context and like the flow of the conversation. Like it sounded bad in the flow of the conversation.
They get belittled so much.
Like, I know, and I didn't mean it. I was just going to call have a nice day.
Like, who gets belittled more? I want to say maybe like the Chinese accents get.
This is the greatest story.
But like Indians,
Claire doing like an Indian accent
in front of the
Indian. And he looked
like it's
at
not
me, and
about.
he looked at me and he was like, "Thank you." Like he was just like. Not even like he was so warm, like you know when you like someone's open to you and they're warm and you're going through it, and then you'll say something and they just shut it down.
Yeah.
Like he just shut it down. Like as soon as I accidentally did that, he thought I was being racist or something, and I couldn't exactly yell out the window that I wasn't, and I'm sorry, and it was just an accident. So I just had to close the window and go count the money and be like.
Claire sits in disgust. Who am I? What am I doing? I hate this money.
I want to find him and apologize and be like, that was just genuine mimicry.
Well, you'll probably never find him, Claire, but you could still
he's not coming back,
apologize.
is he?
But you could still apologize.
He's like, it's not worth this. Like
See, I was about to be very bad, but I have too many Indian friends. I have too many Indian friends to do a stereotypical like Indian accent. I'd feel bad.
I used to do it when I was watching like Life of Pi.
I would have never do it unless it was mimicry, like in that instance. Like I'd never do that. I figured that's
the time you would take the Indian accent serious.
I'm that type of person. He thinks I'm a racist.
We can't control how people think about us, Claire. We can only control who we are.
We can't control our inner racism either, Claire. So you know.
Thanks for that, Logan. She definitely did that. I'm sorry. We had an entire conversation. My mama raised me good, but my daddy didn't, so I'm doing my best.
No, I would do like not Dev Patel's, not Dev Patel. It's not Dev Patel who does Life of Pi. It's the other guy. I don't know. Oh my God, that sounded so horrible. I did that last time.
Oh, there we go.
It's the other guy.
No, Dev Patel is in the Green Knight. He's amazing. I love Dev Patel.
No, yeah, that dude's fantastic. Yeah, he's fantastic.
But like the guy in Life of Pi is good too. But like
the guy in Life of Pi was Slumdog Millionaire, right?
Oh, wait, no,
that's Dev Patel. Damn. God damn.
You know what?
Damn, you too. I'm glad.
Everybody apologize to the Indian people right now.
I'm just apologizing for Dev.
I've already made
my apologies.
And every fast food chain outside of America tastes like food, apparently. And I'm tight as fuck about it. You go to Japan and their McDonald's is like sitting here. Yes, we have the sushi option, and I'm like the fuck, bro? It's like almost everywhere you go for fast food outside of America, because everybody has different fucking food and drug administration standards.
That's not true. It's horrible in Paris. Like
so I'm not saying everywhere.
And whatever is like the American food is gross.
There is a list
France.
of who's the best, and Australia is up close.
Okay, because it's just because everyone else is so different. But how is it in terms of food? Because for instance, in America, you're allowed to have a specific amount of rat droppings and get a pass. Here, is that not a thing in Australia?
What?
And technically, you can pass.
Oh my God, no!
Like it's not extensive, Logan. It's not like they let you get away with a whole bunch, but it's like if there's a small percentage that is permissible for you to stay open.
You know what the permissible amount of rat dropping should be? Zero. Do you
not understand why I'm upset? Did I not explain why I was upset?
I don't need rat shit in my food. Like I'm just.
We got ants the other day, and I had to scrub a whole fucking bench. So like, no.
Facts. I know this. Has no one listening to the point I'm making? I'm very upset that American fast food is better and healthier in other fucking countries. Like, the fuck kind of sense does that make?
Well, technically, yeah.
I'm trying to keep us actually on topic, because do you guys want to talk about everything? We have like 8 topics. We have like 10 things to get to.
We don't have to talk about everything I was doing. Yeah, I was trying to keep. I just was told to make topics, so I made topics.
You made good topics. We don't
have to do them all.
Yeah, actually, they're kind of interesting.
I always do. You just don't trust in me.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I saw you yesterday giving me all the side eye because I didn't have topics ready straight on time.
Well, you're like, you should have topics on Topics
I don't
Tuesday.
Bring topics.
I
have shit to do. I have a different time zone than you guys.
Here we go.
And I work.
Then maybe you should bring it on Monday when it's our Tuesday.
I work Monday. My feet hurt.
Do you guys think
the way you go?
I'm trying to
just away.
I'm trying to segue. I'm trying to get out of here.
I'm sorry.
This episode's trash, but
don't say that. We had
trash.
An entirely touching
dedication.
It's shiny trash. It's golden trash.
I don't know if she like that. Anyways, do you guys think? You guys let me move on so we can like get from whatever train wreck Claire is making.
I thought the show was going fine.
I
And
thought
now
so
I'm
too.
a failure. Now I'm a fucking failure in Claire's
Oh my
eyes.
God, Mitch.
In a way, it's like my mom never left.
said that?
You know. Like, anyways,
That's because she hasn't. Because she's always
can
right
you
where
not?
she needs
Can
to
you
be.
not? Like, I don't
Mitch,
know. Anyways, that's gross. Anyways, I hate. Okay, can we talk about deaf cliches? Can we do that?
Oh my God.
You
Yeah.
know you don't want to talk about that.
Because
I got
they
words.
are horrible, huh?
I was
It's
like,
okay
yeah, I
to
got
feel,
words.
guys. It's
Yeah,
okay to
like-
feel, guys.
No, it
It's
is
okay to
okay,
feel.
but no, I'm sorry. If you have not lost someone, don't talk to me. Is how I was at in that headed space. Like when I first lost my mum, I had all these people coming up who hadn't like, and I know this doesn't sound the best, but hadn't lost someone to the degree
No, talk your
of
shit.
like your
No facts.
like my mother. Like my goddamn mum,
Mhm.
like the woman who raised me, like my mum had passed away, and these people coming up who lost their grandparents and their friggin' second cousins and shit, being like, "Oh, it must be so hard," crying for me and shit. No, fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to acknowledge your existence right now, and I'm sorry about it, but that's the truth. My best friend's mum lost her dad when she was my age, and I talked to her for 4 fucking hours. I talked to her for 4 hours because it was real.
Right.
And it made me feel better and not alone, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, if you don't know what to say, don't say anything. Like you can be all like, oh, my condolences, I'm so sorry. But then back off. Just back off. It's
Right.
not your show. It's not your business. It's not your deal. If you don't have anything
yeah.
that will actually help, you know? That's my opinion. What about you? Logan?
I'm not good enough. I'm not good because it's real fresh for me. I'm not good enough to like tell anybody how to feel about like one of their loved ones dying. But I feel like I get it. You know,
Sorry, it's
And
a very clear thing to me to be like,
yeah, I know. I get it, and like I'm getting it even more like every day because like you're just like vibrating every day. Like after it, you're just like I have like so much anxiety. My body, like my mom used to have anxiety and she used to have a Zoloft, right? And then so like after she died, I was like, I need a Zoloft. Like I was like, do you think like I could take one of her old ones? You know what I mean? And like
No comment.
well, you can't have a comment because, like, if your mom hadn't just died, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about, and that's what Claire's talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like, how would you know what that feels like?
You take that
said
Zoloft.
no
I don't give a
comment.
fuck. Maybe check
I'm
with
not
the doctor
saying
first.
nothing.
But
She's
I'm
like,
not telling
you
she's
just
like
anyway.
5'2". Her Zolofts, I have to take like probably 3 of hers for them to work. Like,
I'm going to leave again.
my thing is like, I don't think like anybody like. I can't talk to anybody about this right now. Like if somebody like their mom died, I can't help you. I'm just going to say that. But like maybe in like 6 months, like if your mom dies or like you have a family member that dies or even you have like a pet that died, like come talk to me, please. Like because I need people who to talk to too. You know what I mean? Like I talked to Claire. We haven't really talked yet because like I've been avoiding Claire because I know we're going to have a talk. But like I've talked to like other people already who've lost parents and stuff, and like they either say like really helpful stuff or like just tell me what happened when they were going through it, but like they don't say a bunch of deaf cliches like, oh, she's in a better place,
no.
or
Yeah.
what's the other one, oh, God must have wanted her more, or
Why
I don't know,
did you put on an accent?
I don't know,
Because
but
he can and he doesn't want to be anyone particular.
yes, I don't, yeah, exactly. Plus I do my accents better than you do, so it's there's that.
That's cute.
No
That's
comment.
cute. let's be glad. Let's be glad I'm good in my self-esteem.
Okay, good. So like, but like,
Fuck you.
they don't, they don't say anything like that. Like people who've actually like lost a loved one, they don't say all that bullshit. And I feel bad because I feel like at one point or another, I probably said something horrible like that. And I probably said something like that to you, Claire. And like, I'm sorry because like my mom, like, I get it. Like, that's horrible. Like,
I remember what you said to me, and honestly, it is
fuck.
10 times more eloquent than what I said to you.
why? What did you say? What did I
What
say?
did you
What I
say
said-
to-
Wait, so what you said to me was, it was something along the lines of like, you need to take care of yourself. Because I had a lot of stuff going on at the same time with my sister and stuff. I can't get into that right now. But you remember, like, you were like, make sure you were like looking out for me and like making sure I put time into myself and like yelling at me for not like looking after myself and stuff and saying fuck all these people that were like, I had a lot of crows come around and like start pecking at me. And
okay.
It's hard.
What did you say to him?
I don't really want to talk about it here.
What did you say to Logan?
To him was, oh, fuck.
I remember that, yeah.
And then I said, give me a second. I need to find a shady spot to hide so people don't see me cry.
Okay. All right. That's better than the first part.
And then I sat down in the cold ass standhouse ground to eat my lunch and ask what happened.
It was funny because like I told her the story, but I felt like I was telling her mom died again. I was like, oh, okay. And like, But no, I know it was you were in shock because like it's a shocking thing. My mom is like one of those people. She's timeless. You know what I mean? Like she's not like who you think it's gonna.
I felt so bad because I knew, like, I was like, wait, it's not about me, but also I'm so like overwhelmed. Like I was just like, how are you? Are you okay? Oh shit, no, don't comfort me. Like I was just like
all over the place. Yeah,
like Sarah saw. Like I was like, oh, these people are gonna think I'm so selfish, but and I have to go back to work. Like I was so frazzled.
I know. I felt so bad because I was on your lunch break, but I didn't know when else I was gonna get to tell you before like the show and everything. So I was
it was so awkward. And like I went back into work and there was someone was like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just got some news, but I'm fine. And then I'd like start tearing up and be like, stop it. I don't even know what's happening. Like you don't like, you know what I mean? Like it's, and it was your mom. And I just felt so bad because it was like such an inappropriate reaction and like a little bit selfish, but it wasn't meant to be. It was because I was just so exhausted. because I just come off like a 5-hour shift onto my lunch break and like grueling work.
Right.
And I was exhausted. And then he told me that. And I was like, and, like I was just like, I just didn't know what to, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I was just so like,
no,
yeah,
because
I mean,
like,
that makes sense.
On that
I was
note,
not a very supportive friend.
you were fine because like on that note, like after that happened, I was like thinking to myself, I'm so glad I'm not working right now. Because because
no, you would have walked out. Like
I would have worked out.
I mean, why you like you're saying that like something different would have happened other than you being like,
but
fuck
just
this
like
job.
Yeah, but like at the same time, working through that would have been horrible because you've been tired from working, and like the exhaustion I would have felt
would have sucked.
Like being exhausted from work and being emotionally drained from like this happening.
Yeah,
I would have been like, like I just wouldn't be able to deal. You know what I mean?
This day, yeah.
So like, no, like they gotta offer better relief for like people. That's all I could say about that. I don't even know what I'm trying to say about that, but like just work in general. Like we just can't keep working the way we're working anymore.
You mean continuing the slavery that never ended for the rest of the masses in the country?
I'm not gonna say it like that. Like I don't like when people compare like actual work to like slavery and shit.
No, I know.
If you like took like migrant workers, like that's slavery. Like you know where they take like a bunch of when they take like a bunch of Mexicans and they put them in the field and like because they don't have no papers to this country, they just pay them like 3 cents an hour. Like like that's slavery. Like it's hot out there.
I'll be honest with you, and I know you don't like it, but to me, we're just talking about a hierarchy. To me, it's for real, because to me, Americans specifically, I mean, it's all the globe, but we're all slaves to currency. We're all slaves to $1, and I'm like,
no, because you could go home.
Yeah,
go home and do what? Not work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can't. To me, you can't use the argument that I'm willing to be destitute and homeless because I respect the person who's willing to be like.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like you have the freedom to go home. Like you can walk off your job. Yeah. You know, you can like slavery. You can't go home. There is no.
This is what I mean when we're talking about variations
because
you say that, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. Because it's like, slavery, chattel slave in chains couldn't just after all. And so here we are, supposedly supposed to be freer, which I respect, which we are. But at the same time, it's like, nah, we can't actually ever stop doing this thing we need. Like, ever. and it's not in the best circumstances for our benefit. It's in the benefit for somebody else.
Yes.
So,
okay. Yes, you have to work to survive because you need money. But that's not the same as slavery, because during the time of slavery, people were working then too, right? And they had like actual slaves being sold as like in chains. People are being sold and being told that they can't go back home. They can't read books. They can't speak their own native language. They can't wear the clothes that they want to wear. Like, we are all like, Claire's in a fucking robe right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like,
and a shirt.
And a shirt. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's like, it's easy. I think people lose me when they start talking about work as like actual slavery, because like, I'm here at home on my little podcast. I have an iPad in front of me, my laptop in front of me, pizza and asparagus in front of me. You know, I'm
Sounds
good.
nice.
I'm
Does
good.
sound nice.
I'm good. I'm
Sounds
not Harriet Tubman. You know what I mean? I'm good. You
Ain't
know
no
what I
one
mean?
saying you Harriet Tubman.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not like, I don't have to like dip out of here real quick and like go gun somebody down because they like
I feel
said
you.
where I was. You know, that's not.
Because
That's not slavery.
we've reached a level where certain freedoms have been permitted to us. Thank God.
That's not. No. Okay, he's doing conspiracy shit. We're gonna move on.
Doing no conspiracy
Anyways,
shit.
do you
I'm
guys
keeping it
think
real.
simping is real?
Yeah,
A little bit,
unfortunately.
yeah.
I have a friend who doesn't. She tried to argue it, and I was like, "Sorry, yeah."
Wait. Okay.
I'm following this page, right? And it's like the simpin life, whatever it is. And it's got my favoriteest photo. Like, the name doesn't even matter because the photo is my favorite. It's Jasmine. And she's hanging over the balcony with Aladdin underneath her with his tongue out. And she's like, like spitting down into his mouth.
Oh my god.
That's a little excessive.
Photo ever.
That is excessive. Where do y'all stand on the
That just
whole
said a lot
like
about me.
spit in my mouth thing?
Funny. And the funny thing
Claire?
is, I've had this debate. I've had this debate with some friends who tease me. They're like, "Really, bro? You draw the line at like," and I'm like, "Yeah," because it's like, I'd love to have like a beautiful woman riding my face and to be eating her out until she literally comes all over me.
This is
But
such
I
like
don't want you to spit in my mouth. Claire's like, Mitchell, sorry, my fault. That went from 0 to like 6,000. But anyway, the point is, it's like, yeah, I'm okay with those fluids, but don't spit in my mouth. Don't spit in my mouth, yo. I'm good. I'm good on that.
Why though?
I don't know, but it's like it's a weird kink
like,
thing.
okay,
But it's
so you kiss people, yeah? No,
Yeah.
Be like, and you swap the tongue and the spit and
Yup,
everything.
but as soon as it's
Same
like,
spit.
but as soon as
it hits air.
as soon as we get to like, I had to collect some, and then you go, and I'm like, nah, that's different. I'm like, nah, that's different. You wouldn't let that gather up and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm tonguing a girl down, like, it's like, all right, we don't gotta like be all, you know what I mean? That'd be weird. Exactly.
I am both upset at myself and proud of myself for asking this question.
Like, I mean, it's all your fault, but either way, you get the credit.
This is like, the content I just got out of that is great, but like, whoa. It's just like, that was a lot. We went on a journey. But why is what's real about simping?
I don't know. Saliva just, I don't know.
No, simping. Mitch.
Oh,
Not
simping?
spitting.
Oh, sorry.
Simping.
Sorry. Simping?
I think some people are just.
I don't know. And funny thing
I
is,
hate the term beta. Like, I think beta is such a gross term because of all those like alpha
Claire is
jocks
such
who
a
are beta
Republican.
bitch. I hate
like
that
alpha,
shit.
beta. Well, just Greek
But-
letter.
I'm not a Republican. I'd be a Republican if there weren't.
I'm not a Republican.
I'm not. I'm just not liberal or Democrat either. Like,
I get that.
I'm not a racist.
anarchist.
I don't believe in God. Like, I'm not a Republican.
In the last two podcasts now, Claire has both called somebody a feminazi and a beta cuck. Like,
Okay, that's different. And I was about to say I hate the word beta cuck. I hate that term.
Look at Mitch's face.
I was going to say I hate that term. And the feminazi thing is out of context. You guys heard me. I was something.
I know.
You're
I know,
right.
I know.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
So wait, but simping, does it apply to females or women? Because in my
That's what I
mind,
was trying to
you
get
think women can be
Mostly no.
a simp?
and see,
Oh, yeah.
both me and Logan don't. Ain't that a bitch? What does that have to? What does that have to say about us? I know, but you didn't have to. I just saw it in your face. You was like, you think women can be simps?
So
and I was like, oh, that
why
means you
can't
think they
women be
can't.
simps? Let's start with that. Why can't
So
women be
here's the
simps?
thing. Funny enough, is I wasn't even trying to say women can't be simps. It's just in my head when I think of simping, I don't normally even bring women into the equation when it's like, oh, why? But yeah, that's how it is. Simping straight up, like, it mostly happens to dudes who are just, cause dudes are, the gross, stupid ones who are willing to do anything, just to get some ass.
Look, I know some women.
And so,
love
yeah,
them
you're
to
right. No,
pieces,
and you're right.
But they
you're
would
right.
cut off their left tit to get some ass. So, like,
And so, yeah, I
know?
guess we got to go into simping. So to me, it's like, simping. So you're doing something for a significant other or a person you like that you wouldn't normally do, that you wouldn't normally like to do, that you might even find yourself disgusted doing, but are now all of a sudden willing to do because that person says, hey, are you willing to do this for me or do
Have
this
you
for
ever been
me?
a simp?
Me? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Because I'm a genuine person.
Claire? All right, hold on.
Okay. Well,
Hold on.
I appreciate the honesty. I respect it.
Hold on. Let me pause for a second because I got to let my brother in the house. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I really like this conversation.
Oh, damn. Because I was going to keep talking to Claire, bitch. Why don't you unpause? You just come back. Me and Claire can talk too, Logan.
Nah, it's good. I'm going to be back 2 seconds. All right, and we're back.
I guess it's like, it depends. Like, it's a self-respect, like, dignity thing. It's like, all right, so, but see, for us as men, and it's weird because it's
but
like.
No, Mitch. I was asking you, have you ever been a simp?
I know, I told you, nah.
You said nah? You've never been a simp for anybody?
Not a legit simp. Like, I'd go out my way to help a girl out that I liked, you know what I mean?
You never been in
Sometimes
love.
maybe they might get
a
a lucky one, but like, I should think about that.
Yeah, you never been in love.
why,
Because
Logan, have you been a simp?
Yeah.
Have you been a simp? Oh,
Yeah.
you have? For
Yeah,
who?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Well, explain how.
You asked the question, I'm gonna tell the truth.
I would hope so.
Well, don't make him explain.
No, he asked
Claire's
him. We're going over simping.
Claire's like, don't make him
I've
explain.
already
'Cause
heard too
Claire
much.
knows my stories. Like, she's like,
Yeah.
no,
Well, was it for Sarah or an old flame?
no, I don't know.
What does that matter?
I think
It
no,
doesn't.
I'm
I was
in
just curious.
I don't think you're in a healthy relationship when you're simping.
Me
So
neither.
like, I think I'm in a healthy relationship with Sarah. I don't think like anybody.
But you were in an unhealthy situation with someone. Okay.
Yes, I was in an unhealthy situation, and I was definitely a simp. But I like the main problem. Like, see, this is why I wanted to ask this because like sometimes I feel like the majority of the time, simping is like coded as this thing that like a dude is like all up in a girl and like she's not feeling him and he'll do anything for her, right? And that's simping, right? And for some reason that's like a bad thing. But it's a bad thing really for the person that's doing it, But we shame that person. You know what I mean? We don't shame like the simpy. We don't shame like the person for like dragging this dude along or dragging this person along. We always shame like the dude that's like, or the girl really. That's like,
All right. Hear me on that one. Cause usually I'd be straight there with you. But on this one, it depends on context.
What you mean?
It depends on so if a girl's with a dude who likes her, has told him that, she doesn't like her, he keeps trying anyway. He keeps being like kind of aggressive about it. Like, hey, like I told you I'm not interested, but you keep coming back anyway. Mm-hmm. And her friends are like, yo, why you keep buying you lunch? I don't know what I need to keep buying me lunch. I would have told his dumbass I ain't in him, but like, bitch, I'm hungry. I'm
That's
not going to be mad at her. It is, but I'm not going to be mad at her.
It's Logan.
You told him you're not interested.
That's
He's
not
buying you
me.
food. You hungry.
Oh my God, it's so
Sorry.
you.
I'm just saying.
No, that's not me. That's not what happened in that situation, though, Claire.
I wasn't making that
Oh
comparison.
no, you told someone and then someone
damn.
took all your
Oh, it's
stuff and
about
you
to
were
go
like,
down,
oh, I
y'all.
want free
Oh,
alcohol,
shit,
I
it
want
sounds like it's about to go down.
That wasn't you.
Wait,
That wasn't
what?
you.
Wait, are you talking about something I did?
Damn.
I'm the girl?
man.
I'm the girl?
Yeah, you the girl.
Oh, Logan. Well, I guess I can't shame you if you were
Yeah,
clear and
someone was.
honest.
You
I'm
all
the
just
simpy?
like, yeah, man.
But now, if you take advantage of the simp, now, for instance, if that same girl was perfectly fine, didn't need nothing, because it's one thing that'll be like, yo, I wanted this, I was hungry, you can cover that. If that girl now knows she can get like food and doesn't have to like struggle or anything and starts taking advantage, like, I know he's gonna get me lunch.
You
Yo,
kept
get me two.
rewarding the simp too. Like you kept being like, no, but then you would reward the simp
So the
and
simp
get the
came
free
back?
alcohol and food.
Yo.
Nah, I don't believe this. I don't.
You are the worst kind of simpstro.
I know you're about to like text me the name and everything, Claire, but I don't believe it.
Listen here, you
So
simpster.
basically, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know
I know
I'm
who
right.
you're talking about,
Like,
yeah.
No, that is such a simp.
Look at his
situation.
smile. Like, imagine
I
he was
don't
just
know.
talking
I
about
don't know.
I don't think
judging the
that's the same.
simper,
No,
the
hard.
person simping the person, but yes, you did this? How dare you?
I don't think this is the same.
Oh, the hypocrisy.
It is the same.
How's it the same? And I ended that
Okay.
situation
Okay,
because
okay.
I ended that situation because I didn't want it to be the same.
So what
Like
was it before
3
then?
times after going out, 3 times after having sex, 3 times after getting free food and alcohol. Yeah, you got what you needed from that situation. And then you
Don't
left.
frame me like that. That's not what happened.
I mean,
I
don't know.
enjoyed that person's
That's how
company.
I
enjoyed
heard
that
it.
person's company.
Did you really?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Did
I
you
believe
lead
did.
them on in
But
any
you
fashion?
still led them on.
I did not lead
I
them
see.
on.
Yes, you did.
In what way? To lead somebody on, here, let me
Not have
say,
sex
because
with them.
that doesn't mean you're leading somebody on if you have sex with them.
Yes, it does, because if she's interested and you're not, and then you have sex with them, that's mixed signals, my friend.
That's not what happened. It
mixed
wasn't.
signals.
I wasn't not
You sure?
interested.
Because I do agree with Claire there.
Oh my god, I wasn't not interested in this person, Claire.
Oh my god. Now you're giving me mixed signals about this situation. I'm so confused. Did you? What?
No, the
Did
thing,
you or
listen,
did you not lead this person on?
The thing about that particular situation, I was not interested in the person. The person was just happened to be more interested in me than I was ready to be interested in them. Okay,
Yeah, so
that's
then
a
you
big
proceeded to
difference.
still go out with them, let them
Because
buy you food
if
and alcohol and fuck them.
because
even though
sometimes you might catch feelings a different way for the person, and so therefore I'm not gonna like
you're
because
the simpy.
I enjoy the person. I enjoy going
You're
out
the
with
girl.
them.
I don't care. This is all just over justification for being the girl.
Shouldn't you not justify what happened by saying the history of what happened instead of just getting your name slandered on a podcast?
No, I don't know. I don't think he really.
I'm like bobbing my head like George Costanza. Like I'm definitely trash, but I'm just like
bro. I'm like, I don't know, bro. So you have simp though. You've been a simp though as well.
I've been a simp. Yeah.
So
This
you've
is
been a
you see what it
simpy
is,
and a
Claire?
simp.
Yeah, you see what it
Yeah.
is. He continued a really horrible cycle. You gross
Yep.
little.
I am the
Slut
cycle.
boy.
I am the
Yeah,
slut
you
boy.
literally
I am the cycle.
I know. I couldn't find anything else. That's what came out of my mouth. But it works. Look at it. Look at it working.
You gross little slut boy.
Oh man, it works so
if
well.
I didn't
like a charm.
dedicate this podcast, I would have named that would have been the title, slut boy.
Bro, no, it can't be. But like, yeah, you could use that. You could use that. Just cite me, and now the world knows. Just cite me.
Slut boy is
Slut boy.
wild.
It sounds so disrespectful too, but no reason to be ashamed at all.
I love that one.
We out here to disrespect.
Yeah,
Not Logan's mom, just Logan.
Well, Claire, why
absolutely.
don't you tell us about the time when you were a simp?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
what
sure.
happened?
So, well, I went into that way too gung ho for what I was about to say.
Oh no.
I was like, filter it back. There have just been instances where like I've gotten off to humiliation. If that makes sense.
Oh, you being like humiliated? Okay.
Well, wait. That's
I don't know.
Difference.
That's simping.
Because
Yeah.
if you have a kink, that's a kink.
Because you're getting something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the difference? Is what I'm saying.
Well, because a simp isn't getting anything out of it.
Out of it, you're being strictly taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Well, that's the guidelines we're kind of going on.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The simp isn't getting anything out of it because everything that a simp is getting out of it is like what the simp is putting into the situation. Like the simp, like being infatuated with somebody, being in love, quote unquote, with somebody is supposed to be.
Don't call those the same thing. Those aren't the same thing.
I'm just going down the line.
Just wanted
I would have got a point there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying.
Having feelings for somebody.
Got you.
Okay. Having feelings for somebody is like the base thing that's supposed to happen. That's supposed to be like the base, like level, like the ground. Like that's the bar.
Yeah,
right?
I get that.
For a simp, like being infatuated with somebody or having feelings for somebody is enough. And so they take their own feelings as them getting something out of the relationship. Whereas they're getting nothing out of the relationship, which also allows them to be taken advantage of because you're always going to have feelings for that person. So because you're feeding off of your own feelings, you're like doing this endless emotional cycle with yourself. So you're like eating what you're putting out. And then what you put out is also what you give to that person that you're simping over, but you're also not getting anything out of it. So when somebody says, what are you getting out of this? And you're like, well, I like this person. This is what I get. Like you're trying to explain. Hoping. Yeah. You're explaining all the time and all the things you get out of the person just from you liking that person, but you're not really explaining what they actually do for you, because they're not doing anything for you. And so that's really simping. You know what I mean? But I forgot what Claire was. Well, yeah, what Claire was describing though, that's not simping because like she's getting something out of it. If that's her kink,
getting off, literally.
Yeah, you're getting off on it. if that's your kink, then like you're getting something. I'm not somebody is giving something to you. Like
I don't agree with all kinks, but I'm not going to kink shame you. Like, that's your business.
That was the most underhanded kink shame
I know. Like, you didn't say that.
I keep it real. Listen, I mean it. Like, if that gets you off, by all means, it's just like, that's not something I might be into.
That, please? I'm getting uncomfy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were into that. I'm sorry. It's just, it was so wide open.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Wow. I don't usually do that.
You need to have gunshots on the podcast because good
God. Oh, fuck. I don't even do that. I don't know who I am right now. Oh God. It's because of the day and everything that happened and Logan's going through stuff and now I'm like feeling a void.
For the first time. Mitch has struck back at Claire and
don't you say that like that.
Her.
No, what are you doing? Why are you instigating?
Mitch said, bottom where? Bottom who?
I am man!
Here is your top trophy. You may receive it with pride.
Oh my God.
I never even wanted this, but now I know this is all I've ever wanted.
Oh, I'm so proud. That was so good, babe. I'm so proud of you.
I love you guys. This is crazy.
That was the best. So proud.
Oh man, I don't know who I am anymore.
I raised a top.
Yo, Mitch, you was talking about New York's city. Why are you mad at New Yorkers?
Whoa! Why are you instigating?
I am instigating.
It's because I love them that I say this. It's just that, Empire State, you know what I'm saying? And in New York City, there's this culture of just like, oh, someone's rude to me. oh, okay, we're in the city. You know, they're supposed to be. Everybody's running about. They have shit to do. And it's like, I think about it though sometimes, and it's like, I actually think that's just some racist ass bullshit that no one ever was like, hey, and you know, because it, not like overtly, you know what I mean?
No,
but
keep going.
Where do we get the sense of, oh, I don't have to care about a person because my work's more important? That don't sound like some shit. I mean, I hate to say it. That don't sound like some shit black people would have been doing, is all I'm saying. And so you have this culture in New York City where it's like, yeah, it's all right. And to be honest with you, funny enough, it has gotten better, but it's still so prevalent. It's just like, why? Because it's like, yeah, I was rude. I was mean. Oh shit, I was in a rush. I had to go somewhere. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't actually take that much or long, which is my other thing, to be polite to somebody. Excuse me. I was being polite to you, technically. I'm sorry it was rough, but excuse me.
Are you tired of New York, Mitch?
No. Otherwise I wouldn't have been here this long.
Logan arrives, Mitch leaves.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be so fucked up. I would hate that so much.
I'm not leaving anytime soon. I mean, the thing is, I could, cause like, you gotta understand, Logan, it's like, so living in Florida, I kept moving around. Mm-hmm. And so 9 years in Fort Lauderdale, my favorite part of Florida, that's always going to be home to me because I just don't really care about much other parts. So South Florida or bust. And then we spent a lot of time in Palm Bay. So let's see, I spent 3 years in Boca. And then from Palm Bay, like 18 was another 5 years. And then I went to Jacksonville. There was a year there. Mm-hmm. Then I went to Pensacola. There was a year there. Then I came up to New York, and I've been here 9 years.
I see the problem. I see the problem. The problem is you're a Southern gentleman. You're a Southern gentleman in New York. You're like, why can't everybody just like have a little bit more manners? Be polite. Open a door for a lady. Like
incorrect.
I don't know.
But
that's what it sounds like.
Or are you just doing that thing that Logan's mom coined, where it's just like, you see too much of me, I'm gonna shut down.
No, I'm not Logan, nor related that we know of, but we probably are on some a lot closer than other people. Like me and Logan probably like cousin. 6, 7 cousins.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually not that. Cause the thing is, when I moved here, that's what I thought it was. I was in mindset, all right, I'm coming to New York, hustle bustle. I know they ain't nice, gotta get used to it. But now I've lived here 9 years and it's just like, wow, there's no reason for nobody to act like this at all. That's what it actually is. I'm like, wow, and it's cause I've been living here 9 years, living the same lifestyle of it, having to keep up the same pace, you know what I'm saying, in terms of how people move. And it's never once been the case where it's like I actually had to be rude to anybody. It took me just as little or more time.
So what is it you trying to say about New Yorkers?
That there's an inherent problem where you do value humanity in somebody else when you can't even think about trying to be nice to them because you think your work's more important.
You know how I know I have a good podcast? Because I keep trying to get Mitch to say some bullshit about New York. And he keeps like giving me good content and great value. He like keeps giving me, he keeps saying like, you know, really good shit about, you know, listen, New Yorkers, there's nothing wrong with you. I just think we could like all be a little nicer to each other.
I didn't say there's nothing wrong with New Yorkers.
Shut up. I'm trying to say something good about you right now.
All right, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do that.
He keeps trying to say, like, you know, we need to be nicer to each other. I'm like, yo, what you trying to say about New York? And he's like, nothing. I'm just saying that we should be better. And I'm just like, damn.
But you know why? You know, what makes it worse, man, and like maybe you'll see if you live here long enough, but I've been here 9 years and I've lived in different parts because I was living in Long Island. I lived in Brooklyn and now I'm heavy in Brooklyn and I was traveling in and out between Queens, Brooklyn and Manhattan like a regular occasion. And it's just like when you actually get to know New York, when you get to know its people, you actually get to understand that these are some of the most connected people on the planet, though they fake and pretend like they're all disconnected from each other because they just all have, you know, problems getting close because it's hard. You can't trust people out here. That's the main thing.
Right.
Trust ain't an easy commodity. It's not about being nice or kind. That's actually easy for New Yorkers. But trust? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. You got to put some time in or at least do something really amazing that'll make me go, oh, damn. That person can be trusted. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm living here and I'm seeing this and I'm like, damn, yo, we really do. And you see it in people's attitudes and like how they walk about and act. Cause listen, we're supposed to be the greatest city in the world. In the world. Come talk to a New Yorker who grew up here. They'll say, yeah, they agree, but y'all gonna have two largely different reasons for thinking that thought about New York City. You know what I mean? And it's just, I guess maybe it just makes me sad. You know what I mean? And I was saying, you know, slave to the dollar and all that, and we don't have to get back on that. But then I look at New York City and it's just like, shit, that's where almost a hell of a lot of the fucking money is. Almost all of it. Shit. And it's like, I see the way it affects the people and it just disgusts me because like, I've gotten to meet a lot of these people. I've gotten to see New Yorkers at their worst. You know what I mean? Like, yo, why are you naked on the sidewalk right now, walking around in a drunken stupor?
You ain't got no clothes.
They got no clothes. But at the same time, I've also seen New Yorkers
like that one.
I've also seen New Yorkers, yo, someone gets hit by a fucking like, someone's on a bike, gets hit by a fucking car, and it's like, oh shit. And I'll be like, oh damn, I hope that dude's good. I don't get involved. But you'll see at least like a good 5 to 10 people, not even any fucking hesitation. People who kept it moving, still looking back just to make sure that person's good, yo. Me and my homie Marin just did that the other day. We was literally walking and we was on our way somewhere. Someone got hit and I was like, oh shit. And we stopped to be like, oh shit. And then like 5 people ran up and I was like, and then we're like sitting here like, shit, do we need to? No, I was like, no, he'll be good. They checking him out. Probably get him an ambulance. And we kept walking and kept looking back the whole time. Everybody across the street and the other way kept doing the same shit. Everybody still had their shit to do, but was that person good? Everybody kept checking. All right. Yeah, he'll be all right. Boom, gone. You ever been on a subway, been lost as fuck? It's especially when you with tourists. We fucking hate tourists with a passion, but let a motherfucker get lost on the train. We'll feel bad enough to be like, yo. Hey, what the fuck's up? Where you trying to get to? Put a dude on the train. Hey, yo, this person needs to get to this spot. Y'all got him? Person's like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, oh, yeah, where you trying to go? All right, yeah. So willing to help. It's crazy. But you look at how most people perceive New York is like, no, they attitude and rude.
No, and it's just true. Like, no, that's true though. Because I got lost up there too. And like, I was up there and I got lost.
I was waiting for that.
Same when I first came up here. Same,
and
bro.
Like, I didn't know which train to get on. And like 3 different New Yorkers tried to help me. And I thought I was definitely getting kidnapped. I was like, there's no way everybody's like trying to help me.
And it
like,
seems a little scary at first. You're like, yo, you're like, oh shit. And they're just like, no, you gotta do this. And it seems like, yo, all right, boom. It's like, all right, boom. So pull up. All right. So you gotta take this train to, you gotta get to this connection and you switch over here. You know what I'm saying? Bro, and it's just, and there's this contradictory nature to life that pisses me off to no end. And that's like, I could talk on that for a while, but in this specific like topic is just like, it's like, how could the people so ready to help each other at the same time think it's okay and, the passing to mistreat each other? And it's like, it's not that big a deal. And you ask any New Yorker, they don't think it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal because it when you think about it, it speaks to your nature and what's happening in your soul. Like, don't get it twisted. I know you're all okay with it. And so everyone thinks it's okay, but think about it. You've all made a distinct choice. And I tell you once again, it takes just as much time to be rude and nasty as it does to be kind and polite.
Do you think New York would New Yorkers would lose kind of like their competitive edge though, if they all started being nice to each other?
Nope.
Like, does the world need that?
Competitive edge doesn't come from being rude and nasty. And trust me, that wouldn't go a goddamn place. Oh my God, that wouldn't go a goddamn place at all. It'd just be, hey man, how you doing? Before I like rake in like 50,000 on your ass for whatever I'm doing. I was just nice and polite about it.
But don't you gotta like kind of be a little ruthless, for that? So to like, maybe like that's a prep. Like on your commute, that's your, like, you gotta knock somebody out first before you get to do your accounts.
Now, see, me and Claire just spoke about this earlier. Now, I would never tell Claire to go commit violence against somebody unless they was fucking with her livelihood. Because that's not being rude or nasty. That person had it coming. And I ain't got to tell New Yorkers to be real. Shit, before me, I thought Fort Lauderdale was the realest place. That's where I learned to be real. And then I came to New York and I was like, oh, okay, similar rules apply. Nah, it'll be all right. Like, like I'm not saying, because it's just like, if you think about it, like, why? Like, it's like you're passing as people that you might not never meet again, but it's like, you're not supposed to necessarily be rude and polite to strangers. Like, when strangers come by, like, they need care. They're strangers. They don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's like,
there's this story of my brother. Like, he was ordering like one of the newer Xboxes like a couple of years ago, and he was waiting for it to come in through like UPS or FedEx or something, right?
yeah.
And the funny thing is, so like he's up there, right? That's when he was up there. And so like the funny thing was, like, they kept passing by his house and not dropping the package off. And so like one day, like, it's just taking too long. So he goes out there, right? And he's looking for the package. And the guy stops and he asks if like the package is on his truck. And then the guy says, nah, but he didn't even look. Like, he just said, nah, it's not there. Right. So Austin literally says, let me check the truck. And so he gets on the truck and looks on there to find his package. And he was so upset, but he just goes inside. And when he tells the story, he goes, I was so upset, but I was also like sad because, like, why? Why didn't you want to help me? Like, and I was like, I bust out in tears. I was like, yeah, why?
Bro, that is how you not even check, bro.
Yes. He just like, he was just trying to do his route and just go on. But like, still, it was just like, why did you not want to help that man? Like, that's his stuff. Like,
and see, that's the other side. Like, but for me, it doesn't have to be that way. And it's created this culture. Now, we talking about NYC, but that culture exists almost everywhere now, in part mostly due to NYC.
mm,
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like, not to get into like, you know, sin and all
because
that,
everybody's
like,
trying to be
NYC. And in terms of like workflow and hustle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from a different state and I ain't seen it this intense. You know what I mean? And I've been in other states and you know, it's just like, oh, okay. And I go to other states and other places now from coming to New York City. And I'm like, wow, this is taking longer than it's supposed to. And it'll be like, it's only been like 8 to 10 minutes. And it's like, shit, I expected this shit 5 minutes. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Never mind. I'm being rude. Never mind.
Something that I think is crazy, just going back to like what you were saying about how everyone wants to be NYC, is in Melbourne, there were these signs up at one point, Melbourne being the city of
Australia,
my state.
right?
Yeah. And they were like, people compare us to NYC, and like it was like a pride thing that like Melbourne was like baby NYC, you know, like it was like a smaller version of NYC because
like
it has
that.
like this, it has the workflow, it has the culture, it has the arts, it has like, it's like one of those hubs for like, it has like its own like Asia area where it's got like China, Chinatown, Koreatown, like a whole area for Japanese people and stuff like that.
Oh,
so it's
shit,
got like
that's
a whole Asian district. Like it was like, it got compared to like NYC a lot, and they were using it as like this pride advertisement thing. And I was like, how about just be Melbourne? Like, we're pretty dope on our own. Like, yeah, we're sort of like NYC, but we're also like like a massive city. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why does everything have to be a comparison? You know what I mean?
See,
like,
right.
not
There's
that
a specific
NYC's bad,
reason
or
for
Melbourne's
that,
bad,
though.
but
No, I know. And
Yeah.
Melbourne's probably cleaner because, you know, NYC won't step up. Anyway, I don't want to get on that. But the thing about that is it's just, that's what happens when you're one of the oldest cities in the globe. I think how many cities, not like, you know, towns or lands, or like how many cities are as old as NYC? And it's like, what, London, obviously,
Rome.
right, technically. And that's like one of the ancient
But like,
cities.
we're the new world now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And, like,
exactly.
New York
Yeah,
has
Rome
been
still
the
stands, and London still stands.
Yeah, but
and
those
Greece still stands.
places used to be like the center of the earth, but like that's not the center anymore.
Yeah,
like
more,
New York
yeah,
is still.
exactly. Western
I
influence.
think like what everybody's trying to wait and see is after the pandemic, what's the new center, and if New York keeps it. And I think that's what the new thing is going to be. Like, I think like because
I
I think
New
that's,
York is having the center. Maybe maybe for you guys in America, but
who's the center of like what's popping for you?
Terms
Europe. Like
but
Paris, France.
where in Europe? What city?
She
Just
said
sort of all
Paris.
Europe. There's no real one
You
city.
can't say
Like,
all
that's
of
what
Europe.
I'm saying. No, I'm saying that having a center as one city is super closed-minded and just like one track. You know,
But that's
like why
what
does it
people
have
always-
to be one city?
Because that's how
France,
humans gather.
Paris,
I guess
France. Can you shut up for a second? Paris, France was a cultural hub
She's so mean.
throughout like our entire from like I think it was like after World War II to like but like you know in like the 60s 50s 70s 80s all the white people wanted to go to Paris, you know, it was like Paris, like that was where the cultural hub was, that's where the Louvre was. A lot of people learnt French and that was like a whole thing. I've noticed in the last 10 years since 2010 the new place that people seem to be like jiving about. Sorry, I'm such an old woman.
I love that
Japan.
she used driving in a sentence though.
Tokyo, Japan.
I'd agree, yeah. Tokyo's been getting really, really big.
Yeah.
Well, has
everyone
always
wants to go to
been
Tokyo.
big,
So many
but-
people are learning Japanese. So in answer to your simple-minded question, I guess the old world, like the one, it wasn't New York before, it was France, and now it's going to be after COVID, Tokyo, in my opinion.
You think France
Fuck New
has been
York.
the center
No
of
offense
the
to New
world
York. I
even
love you,
since
New
the eight? I don't know.
I'm going to come visit soon.
I think
New York.
since like wow.
I can't abide that statement
No, yeah.
as a resident, so I'm gonna
I
have
think
to.
at
I was
least
kidding. I literally said, I'm just
I'm
joking.
kidding.
I love
Yeah,
New
yeah.
York. I'm coming to visit soon. And then I went.
I think New York's been like the center of the world since like at least probably the 80s. And like
But that don't count because France was still popping.
not like
France
that.
was the center, and New
Not
York was
like
all like,
that.
"Hey, come over here." And France was like, "No, man, we got culture, we got art, and like we actually have like, you know, you got New York has the Statue of Liberty. We actually have French statues. Oh, New York has
No,
art.
because-
we
no,
actually
no.
have French
Because
art. We
I'd
have
actually
the
say
Louvre.
since the 1900s, to be honest, New York City's been popping.
Mitch is
Yeah,
Mitch is like since all time.
I said 1900s. I said 1900s.
Okay, we're looking at a
Well, like-
worldwide scale.
like
Not everybody wants
1920s.
to go
Mitch
to
is
New
like-
York.
Yo, you ever
1920s,
see gangs in New
1920s.
York? That was us. Like
Yeah, I mean, well, you
No,
know,
but
I'm just saying.
Guys. This is like on a worldwide scale. This is including everyone in Europe, everyone
Yeah, I
in
realize.
Asia, everyone in like,
yeah.
you know, everywhere, like Australia. Like I don't. I'm just saying. I feel like it's a very
When
American
I say,
central
like,
view
when we
to
say,
say
like,
New York
is the center of the world because
Yeah,
what
that's
that
a very
means
American central view.
that what all that means it's not because like the world wants to come to New York.
Exactly.
No, they don't though.
They do.
They
It's
do.
You,
They
Claire.
don't.
They still
It's
do.
You.
They're still
Do
here.
you want to know
Yes.
why I want to visit New York?
Why?
Why?
Because 2 of my best friends are going to live there.
Because we dope as fuck.
No, 2
we-
people I
and-
care about will live there. That is why
And
I
we
want to
in
go to
New
New York.
and we in New York City.
If
you
I
know
want
what I'm saying?
art, I go to fucking France. If I want food, I
You
go
could
to
come
Italy.
to New York City. Could also still come to New York City.
If I want
Yep.
like,
That's
you know
true.
what you're not.
That's true. No, Mitch is making points though.
No,
That's
no,
true.
Claire,
Anyone who's not
I'm not-
American, please.
No, Claire, I'm not teasing you. I'm just
Comment.
we're not talking about it in like the simple-minded sense. It's just
because
like
that's what you're saying. Because that's what I'm saying.
In a global
you're
view of
saying,
things, New York
when,
City is
when
very
I said
popular.
like, what do you think is the center of the world? You say Europe, right? When
Yeah, and then
you
I narrowed
said,
it down to France.
Wait, hold on, wait. Let me talk.
Claire.
When I said what's the center of the world, you say Europe, right? But I'm talking about like a city. So like the fact that I can name a city and you have to name an entire continent to like match up to that city is what I'm trying to say.
No,
like if
no,
you're talking
no,
about
no,
like
no,
if
no.
you
That's
say
a
like
valid point though.
if you
First
say
of
like
all,
if you say
Logan,
like if I go to France, I'm going for
politician.
wait. No,
Order in the
I
court.
let you have your
Order in
I let
the
you have your
court.
say. I let you have your
You
say.
gotta finish.
If you say like I'm going to France for culture and I'm going to Italy for food and I'm going to Japan, Korea for my K-pop and stuff, and then when you say you can go to New York for all of that because it's all coming
say
there.
that.
All
This
of
is
that.
I didn't
no.
say
I'm
that.
saying that.
You-
I'm saying that like you go to New York and it's all there
All of
because
that.
everybody from those places are going there to
there.
make their stuff more popping, so they can take it back to where they came from and blow up twice as hard as when they was already from where they were at. That's what I mean by that's the center of the world. That's what I mean by that. That's not the same thing. That's the same thing people had to do when it was Paris. It's the same thing when people had to do when it was Rome. And it just so happens to be New York now. So what I said is like after the pandemic, because of the way the pandemic democratizes everything, I would like to see what would be like the new center of the world. Like what city will step up. And I feel like New York, a lot of ways right now, even with like the COVID restrictions and everything, they're trying to hang on to whatever competitiveness there are, especially when they say like, oh, you have to have a mask to go into places and things like that. Because it's like, listen, the city shut down before and we're not shutting it down again. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like.
What it's feeling like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's feeling like.
It feels like, to me, like they're having not just the mask mandates, but also the mandates where like you have to be vaccinated to go to the gym or to work indoors or to do anything indoors. Like, listen, we shut this thing down once before. We're not doing it again because nobody else is shutting down. So we're not going to be left in the dust, and you're just not going to just like leave us like that. And so there's something to be said about that, and there's a reason why that's happened. You know,
nothing you're saying is wrong. Like I'm not saying that. I'm also not hating on New York. I have nothing against New York. Oh my god!
No,
like, there's
you
nothing
guys are thinking in two different ways.
I just really failed to see how New York was the center of the world. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of different countries and over 7 billion people. I just really highly doubt they're all like New York, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like it was a very what your view is a very American central. You do have some points about like the whole like in one spot thing, but people don't want to go to New York to experience Asian food. They want to go to Asia. People don't want to go like to New York to experience, you know what I mean? Like people want to go to where the culture is like
no, but like even like
unless you're American and you can just like go to New York and it's easy to go to New York. You know what I mean? Like
no, but like even like just America in general, like the rest of the world looks at America a certain way. So like in the movie, like I don't know, have you seen Parasite?
New York is America.
Have you seen Parasite? Well, spoiler, this is the scene where like they're trying to
Yeah, facts. I know. It's like, wait, bro, how do you know?
Wait, hold on.
That's based off the anime, right?
You're not gonna recognize it when you see it, but like
it's based off the anime, right?
Parasite? No, it's not. Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There is an anime called Parasite.
I know.
Yeah, I've seen that with Iggy.
It's not about that at all.
Okay. Cool.
But like the one of the protagonists, they're trying to talk to like the rich people and they're trying to basically get work from a rich person. And so like they said that they studied like the person that they studied with went to a university in Chicago or whatever. And like as soon as they said that, the person was like, oh my God, they went to school in Chicago and in Illinois. And the context of that is like it's a Korean movie, right? So in Korea, like they look at you going to like school in America as like some type of prestigious thing, even though it's like garbage. But like to them, like going to like an American university meant like some type of American like excellence and stuff, right? So it's like even if the reality is wrong, the perception leads people to the place anyways. And in doing so, it leads to more opportunities because you have all these other misguided people who are there and they're collaborating with other misguided people. And then it's still, even by accident or whatever, makes something. I think you're just frustrated because it's an American thing. But it's not. It's not an
I just don't think America deserves it.
That's crazy. That's crazy because we work hard over here.
I believe that. But why do you work hard? No, but listen, hear me out. Why do you work hard?
For money, success, fame.
Now think about it. Think about it. Every other place on this earth has free healthcare. People can just go to the doctors and not spend a cent.
True.
You guys don't have that shit at all.
True.
Whoa, I just heard something really intense. Give me a second.
I heard that too. What was that?
Yeah.
And we're back. Go ahead.
No, yeah. So in terms of like what city right now, I still think New York City is probably because it's like it's one of the most world-renowned cities in the world. It went through the pandemic and then bounced back. I think that's impressive. Just me, but also I haven't really been paying attention to any others.
I don't want to take away from New York City, and I don't want to take away from America.
You can't take away from New York City anyway.
Homie,
Sorry, that was for the city. That wasn't even me. I don't even know where the fuck that came from.
I would just like to say, though,
Oh shit! There's a pair of Timbs in my closet. I don't even rock Timbs like that. Fuck. Sorry, Claire. I don't know where the fuck. No, I'm playing.
Fucking hell.
Damn, where did those
I just wanted to say, like, it's not. I don't have anything against American people per se. Okay, some of you.
Yes, you do. We know this factually.
Yeah, some of you I do, but especially the ones, not the ones listening.
It's
or
okay.
you guys,
We do too.
or like a lot of the more innocent people. I have nothing against. Like there
There
are
is
people.
no innocence here.
My point is, I struggle with how terribly you are governed, and yet how you're still on top. Like I just don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
So, but I do.
That partly puts us on top, though.
No, wait. But I have to make
that.
this distinction because that's not because of the governance that we're on top. It's always and shall forever be because of the people. We the people, goddammit. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
because like if we take Claire's example, the way she says it, like, yeah, we don't have all these amenities. No, I mean, I don't mean it.
For real. It's fucking embarrassing.
We don't have all these amenities that the rest of the world has. But like Americans then have a choice. What do? We roll over, die. We keep going. You know what I mean?
And we
That's admirable. I get that.
So like we just keep doing our thing. But like Americans also, like, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Like Americans also work harder than like almost anywhere else in the world. Like as far as like, I'm saying, no.
Legally?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was just about to say, like, as far as legal labor goes, like you talk like an American workday, it's like fucked up. It's not good at all.
It's not
so like
right
what we
whatsoever.
get out of it is like trash. But like, you know, even like people who are working horrible jobs will fight to the death and say like, oh yeah, I'm a hard worker. Like there's always going to be that culture there. And that does put us on top and it does push us to another level, but it's not good per se because it is at the expense of the people who live here.
Yeah. Let me say this, Claire, because it's like people who would continue to work and make better a system that literally exploits and abuses them should be fucking pitied and probably given a book to read. But nonetheless, the fact that they can continue doing that, survive and prosper still through it all, through this darkness to shine, that's nonetheless, like you said, admirable. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean it should continue on that way, but it's like, yo, wow, you're really still making it, huh? How crazy. We thought this would have ended. The great American experiment that shouldn't have lasted. But crazy. Here we still are. Since
we were talking about New York so much, Claire, did you want to talk to us about white? Stop saying "what's up" when I'm trying to segue. I'd be like trying to introduce a new topic, and Mitch be like, "What's up? What's going on?" Like,
what's up? What's happening? Yeah, talk about it. Now I have to make sure I do it every time. Pop up. Yeah. All right, boom. Tell me what's happening. What's going on?
Be like, I'm changing the subject, man.
Debrief, motherfucker. Debrief, motherfucker.
Claire, you want to talk about why people think Australia's white?
Wait, what?
That's right.
Wait. I'm sorry. What? White people think Australia's white?
Why people think Australia is white?
Oh, yeah. Why people think Australia is white?
Notes. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, well, yeah, notes. Well, damn. Shit, it's about to go fucking down. God damn. Claire's like, nah, y'all done pissed me off. I got fucking notes for you bitch asses. I respect it. What was that candy bar you were eating, by the way?
Yeah, what's that? It looked good.
Sorry. So Clara was eating this bar of chocolate, but like she's Australian, so I kind of have to know because I imagine it's fucking good.
Yeah, you probably got to put it in a special order. Oh.
What?
Oh, Australian Kit Kat look banging.
Yeah, it was different, bro. It didn't even look like it was a cross. What the fuck is that? Oh my God. Okay, so for your eyes, so y'all know how Kit Kat usually is. It's supposed to be a small little thing. Claire goes, "This is Kit Kat, guys," and then pulls up what is way longer than the average Kit Kat.
Also, that is the fanciest Kit Kat wrapper I've ever seen.
Christ.
It's just
Logan, why doesn't America just love us? This isn't right. This isn't right.
I'm so appalled.
Iced coffee in a bottle. It's just pasteurized milk.
I thought it was chocolate milk, and I was like, that looks good.
I know every American I ever show my iced coffee bottles 2 things. It's chocolate milk. I'm like, no, it's iced coffee in a bottle. No.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I wanted it to be chocolate milk.
Americans, my fellow Americans, we just need
Okay, bro.
we need to want better for ourselves, because this is what this like. They have fancy Kit Kat bars in Australia. Why don't we have fancy Kit Kat bars?
Sir, I'm sorry. Don't forget to slightly appeal to the off-right so we can get the votes in.
The who?
The
I can't say it
off-right.
again.
People like me.
No. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm kidding.
If black
Australia,
I
people,
I don't
know.
count.
if black people and white people could come together, put our differences aside, and notice that we all are the same people and we all want the same thing.
Sir,
We
you
all
forgot to
just
mention the
want-
Hispanics and the Asians.
They don't vote the way we need them to. So
We just lost a majority votes.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that
No,
out
because
loud.
Hispanics are. You're right. Hispanics are like the new majority, but they don't.
Bro,
they
I
don't-
mean, Logan, we're from Florida. Don't you remember when we had to do an entire census?
Hispanics are like the new majority, but they're also trying to vote like the way white people vote. So it's not really.
one
Is
side.
it
Hey,
helping?
Don't say
Is
that for
it-
all of them. That's like one side. There's an entire margin that votes,
Which is crazy to me, because like if black people voted that way, that would be like
we're lucky the black Republicans are.
We
like,
would be back
like
in the
this
dark
small.
ages.
Yeah, facts.
quick. Like it's like
We're lucky black Republicans aren't like as.
yeah, that's not a real thing. Like,
People not as thankful as they should be.
that's like we barely talk to the black Republicans. Like it's like.
Bro,
It's like-
Obama wouldn't have won if they had if there were an actual substantial.
Black Republicans
Jesus.
are like that scene in The Lion King where it was like everything the light touches.
It's all kingdom.
It's like, what about that shadowy place? That's
Never
where the
go
Black
there.
Republicans live.
We'll never go there.
You know what I mean? Mind you, it kind of depends because I mean, we're talking about two parties who've had an extensive history, and it's not like I'm basically almost an anarchist, but Democrats changed their platform, which is great and all, and it's not like the parties they work together on bullshit on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like I've seen certain black Republicans, and it's like, all right, at least you're not a raging idiot. And then there's Candace Owens, and then I just don't know. And then I just really, really don't know what to say.
Do you think Black Republicans are coons?
Nah, I'm not. I wouldn't take it that far. Listen, your political ideology is your political ideology. It doesn't have to be, I don't think, based
You don't
strictly
think so?
just
A little
on how you
bit?
go.
A
No,
little
I don't. I really don't.
Do you think black people that
But
vote,
I think they can be coons.
do you think that black people that voted for Trump are coons? Damn. Say damn.
No, I'm not going to take it that far. Some had specific
Really?
reasons. People really didn't like who was he running against.
Hillary
People
Clinton?
really didn't like it. Bro, there were women who didn't want to vote for Hillary. And
Yeah, but
which was, bro, the Trump versus Hillary. It's one thing we're talking about black people. The Trump versus Hillary thing, we're talking about women. And so I'm not going to speak for them. And of course, you don't have to vote for Hillary. I'm just saying, like, you really thought, like, I could understand you disliked Hillary. Don't get me wrong. But you thought Trump was that much better than she was?
I think
So that's why
Yeah.
I say no,
Yeah.
they're not. Cause like people be having their reasons, man. So
well, to me, see, when you say that's not good reasons, because like
no,
when
I
you
know,
say that,
I know.
you
But
say
like,
that to me. When you say that people be having their reasons to me, all I think is they have their reasons to be coons. Like it's just like that's the first thing that
Stop
comes
it,
to my
Logan.
mind.
but nah, I don't take it that far. But
No,
I didn't like it. People just really didn't care about voting for Biden either. Like, and that's the state of the two-party system in America, which is why I'm basically almost an anarchist now. Mind you, I dig socialist values,
You're all right,
but at
Claire?
this point, like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I was looking up something else to add.
oh yeah,
to
we
my
were waiting on a
notes.
topic from you.
Yeah, I was looking up something else to add to my notes, but I can't think of how to freaking word it. And I forgot to look it up last night. I did most of it. I just went to
Why don't you do it on the fly and just let what comes come?
Yeah,
Because I don't want to
what
get
do you
anything
remember
wrong.
about it?
Wait a second, I'm typing and I can't multitask because I'm an old lady.
You were so
It was
intense
about
with
the
the
gold
typing
rush
too.
but what year the gold rush happened?
Gold rush in Australia? Oh,
Yeah, man. It's what started our tourism. It's why the white people came here. I'll get to it in a second. Give me a second.
Okay. Because I thought they originally came there to bring their prisoners that they didn't like.
I did, but that was only like... Oh, let me get to it. I'll get to it in a second.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
No, man. No rush.
I mean,
She's
a little
like, they
bit
did
of
it
rush.
first, and then they found out there was gold.
We wrap up.
And once
soon.
there's gold and black people on the same continent, you know we got to fuck some up. You don't get to laugh at that, Claire. Oh, man.
So...
No. What's up?
Yeah, so...
What's up?
This fucker here.
What's up?
Anyways.
What's going on?
Since I think it was either today or yesterday, Rhianna made $1 billion with Fenty. So she made it. She's a billionaire now, and like, good for her. I love Rhianna, so good for you. But as far as makeup goes, between Claire and makeup, as she told me, the rent is too high.
Yeah.
It's too damn high. And what else would you like to say about makeup rent being high, Claire?
I just think it's unfair in society for there to be so much pressure about having nice makeup and looking beautiful, and everyone wants all the nice stuff and the good stuff,
Which I'd
And all
like to
the
talk about.
And all the sustainable stuff
Well,
too,
I'm
like
talking about
nothing
it
that's
now.
being trained, nothing that's being like used on animals or anything. And as the more and more you're like, oh, I want the good stuff, I don't want it to be used on animals, blah blah blah, it goes higher and higher and higher up in price.
Right.
So it becomes, but then if you do go and you get that drugstore shit that was tested on animals and is only $2, people look down on you, you're trash, blah blah blah, and it just became such a intense thing where, like, for work, I have to wear, I don't have to wear makeup, but I'm expected to wear makeup and stuff at a friggin' fast food place. So, you know what I mean? But I have to be presentable.
That's
and presentable
crazy.
does not count
Yeah.
without makeup.
That's crazy.
No. Oh, no.
You know what I mean? And I don't wear a lot. I just wear a little bit of face, a
Right.
little bit of eyebrows, a
Not the
little bit
point,
of...
yeah.
So, like,
lashes.
everybody else that works with you also wears makeup?
Well, yeah. Sort
That's
of.
a part of but that's a part of looking presentable and therefore a part of your
Yeah.
uniform.
Like, it has to be like an equivalent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the guys have to wear certain stuff as well.
Right.
No,
But
It has
that's
to be clean.
insane.
But that's how it is.
Yeah, that's
No, that's insane for like a fast food joint. You know what I mean?
Expectations about makeup are very overlooked in the sense that, like, people are like, oh, it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. But most businesses, I don't know about America, but in Australia, expect makeup to be a part of presentation.
no.
So if you want a job, you need makeup.
I'm upset.
Like, for females, this is
Right.
females.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't
very,
know
very
about males.
upset.
This is something I've just been facing. So if you want a job, you need to be able to afford makeup. If you want to wear makeup, you need to be able to afford makeup. And then on top of that, to not be shunned by people who wear makeup, other people who wear makeup, you need to wear the expensive stuff, because if you do wear the $2 stuff that's tested on animals, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not for testing makeup on animals. Obviously, I don't want that to happen, and that's fucked up. But I also can get it when you spent, $500 on rent, $50 on like bills and shit, and like all this money on food, and you've only got $5 left, and you need to buy mascara, fucking foundation, and lipstick or whatever for work because it's expected of you. You're not going to be able to buy the $50 fucking foundation, are you? No. So it's
Right. I got you. No, you're right.
it's frustrating.
Right.
I'm legit. So personally, mind you, I'm an actor, so I've worn makeup for this stage, and I think it could be fun. My thing is,
I love to makeup.
I don't
don't get me wrong.
Claire, and it's not just a boy thing. Don't get me wrong. It's
A lot
I've
of people
never.
don't like it on their skin.
Oh no, I look great in it. It's not the point at all. Once again, I know I hated to do that, but the fact is, I've never ever been able to stand with and support an industry that plays on a woman's insecurity. I can't, and I try so hard because I know women like it. And if you like it, I want you to live your best life, enjoy yourself. If you don't feel comfortable and you feel that's what you have to do, I don't like that that's what you feel you have to do, but I get it. But I've never, ever been able to reconcile the fact that women enjoy it with the fact there's an industry that's literally just playing on your insecurity. And then you tell me in Australia, that's a part of presentation. Like you literally have to. Now I'm just kind of furious.
If you want the job, yeah.
Yeah, that's
if you
unacceptable.
Want to succeed, yeah.
To me, that's just unacceptable. That
Yeah,
shouldn't
but
even
like
have to be playing a part.
the thing for me, Claire, about when you said that if you want the job and you want to you want to look presentable, and like that's the standard, but like it's the standard for like the more menial jobs, in your society.
Okay. All of them.
And like, yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. Because like if I go to McDonald's right now, like maybe 3 girls are wearing makeup. like those are the ones that spend the money on the makeup. Like, you know what I mean? The rest of them, tore up for the floor up, and that's
Don't
their
say
business.
that.
What? It's true. It's true.
All
What
right.
I'm trying
All right,
to,
whatever,
the picture I'm trying to show here is not necessarily that they're ugly or whatever. It's just that like they came in to work, and you
Work
know
up
it.
with their
And
hat
when
on
you
and went to work.
yeah, you as a customer, you come in and you see them, and like what time it is because you went to McDonald's, so you're not feeling good about yourself either. So it's like, everybody's here, and everybody doesn't really want to be here, but we have found ourselves here, and that's how it kind of feels like in America. But we don't like go to McDonald's and then like expect like the women to look like the bankers at like like I don't know, like whatever venture capital firm or whatever. Like, it's not like, it's just not done, I went to this one Burger King in Tampa, and then like they kind of dress their people in vest, and like that's kind of like a little, even that was like a little much. Like that's a little much because like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like you guys just wear the regular uniforms. You don't like have to look fancy for my burger that I.
To be honest, Logan, one place where, and I don't even think it's really that much disagreement, but it's like, even if like, a woman's a bank teller, or perhaps you're like a major CEO at a firm, I'm never going to look at her and go, oh, she's not wearing makeup. How unpresentable of her.
Right.
Because, if you have a face on and you washed it this morning, and then you decided maybe you felt like doing your hair, put on a suit to walk in, you're probably already fucking presentable.
Right.
Like, you don't understand. I'm fucking mad. That gets me. That actually really upsets me, bro.
I think the expectation.
I want to smack somebody.
I think the expectation without any type of real return on the investment, like, is what upsets me. Like, I think the expectation, like, I think in certain high dollar places, like it doesn't bother me as much. Maybe it should bother me more, but it probably doesn't bother me as much because of your salary is so much, is at a certain level. Like to me, it seems like one of those inconveniences. Like I'm a woman and I make $3 million a year, but like I have to wear makeup at my job. I don't boo-hoo for you as much.
Logan, that's not the fucking point.
I know it's not, and that's where the Lord has to work on me. But like I don't cry as much about that. If like
I'm just
versus you being like, I'm Claire and I work at Hungry Jack's and they're making me wear makeup and I can't afford like $50 foundation, so I have to wear this makeup that they tested on a chimp.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, so like in this example, yeah, it is because she's literally like, no, but I mean,
it's the
like,
truth. Like they're forcing you to do that,
and
they're
forcing. Can I say for the record, I use Juvia's Place, which is a cheap, non-cruelty brand that I saved up for.
Shout out to Juvia's Place. Just want to make mention that Juvia to me means Gray Filibuster's on and off girlfriend, even though they were technically not together until later, and the very popular anime manga called Fairy Tail. Just wanted to put that in there. So shout out to Juvia. It's all good on this block. Yeah. No reason. That wasn't necessary at all. It's just I heard Juvia and I was like, ooh, that bitch made it rain. Like hard. She was kind of scary. No, she's like a water magician.
Okay.
Dude, I was just trying to clarify. I don't use products used on animals.
Neither does Juvia. Because she's mostly like water based. Oh, all right. Sorry.
Thank you, Claire.
Fairy tale fans care. You guys just don't understand the power of friendship.
All right. I'll try to see if they care. Like, I'll try to make a clip of that for our TikTok or whatever and see if they care. You know what I mean? There you go.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, anime fans.
You're welcome.
Great. You know, whatever. That's cool.
No, that's very upsetting to me, Claire.
But no, it is upsetting. I think
very, very upsetting.
I just think like the class dynamic makes it like more upsetting for me. I think like, you know, I don't think you should like pressure a woman to like wear makeup or like make her whole livelihood and her job depend on that. Especially when like you have so many dudes. Like, have y'all seen Bernie Sanders? Like, he's got his dandruff still on his suit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's asking him to walk in presentable. You know what I mean? Like, he's got terrible skin, he's got terrible hair, and he's just like,
don't you talk about Bernie like that?
Why?
Don't you do that right now?
I'm just saying nobody. I'm just saying nobody's asking. Like, if Elizabeth Warren walked in and like she was just like she didn't have no makeup on, she just looked like she hadn't slept for 3 days. Like, nobody's gonna like question her about economics anymore. They're gonna ask her what's going on with you. You know what I mean? Bernie looks like Bernie Sanders looks like death every day of the week, and like
no one cares.
Nobody cares.
Moving on.
I'm just saying.
The fact is, my other problem is it's like, all right, so now you're setting this standard, right? And now women are looking at each other and being like, oh, if I don't have this makeup on, oh, I'm ugly. Because if you go presentable, that means it's good. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? You're a little girl and you're walking into places, and what's expected of you being a proper workforce member is for you to pretty your fucking face up in the morning?
Well, I do like the idea that, like, in the last couple of years, makeup has kind of been reclaimed by women in a way that, like, it's not just this thing that they put on for men anymore, where, like, it still has that on it. I'm not saying that it doesn't have that anymore, but I do like that, you know, women can tell guys that, you know, I wear makeup for me, and I can, and like when I do it, it's like part of an art. Like, it's like I can look.
I can respect it.
Like tattoos, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
No, 100%, and I agree with that. I do, and I'm all on board for that. And you know me, I loved makeup for a really long time, but then I got broke, and then I decided. I decided I got too reliant on makeup at one point in my life, like when I was a bit younger. And
Doctor,
I decided,
the patient's got the broke. Yeah.
Broke ass.
Yeah. We'll just, prescription of either selling opiates or I guess putting on makeup and working a regular 9 to 5. Doctor. Yeah, anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah.
So I got sick of wearing makeup for a while there and just decided to, like, with my clear skin life. And I actually really liked that. Like, I actually liked being makeup-less for a while and just being natural. It wasn't until recently that something happened in my personal life where we just needed more money to be able to cope with that. And I needed to get this job and yada, yada, yada. And I started wearing makeup again. And, like, I'd wear makeup at Christmas and stuff before this. But I've started to wear makeup every day now. And my skin is crying. She's like, what are you doing to me?
Right.
Why are we like this?
That's my other thing, yo. Because it isn't...
I know how to clean my face. Like, I wash it off and I shower and stuff. So it's not like I'm not doing any... Like, it's just...
Especially in the environment that you work, like you're in a kitchen and it's a greasy kitchen and hot, so you're just like, it's like just baking into your skin with all of that grease. It's just horrible, you know. Like, they shouldn't require that. Like, that's just stupid.
So here's the thing, because like, so what Claire's saying, because it's not like it's illegal, but basically the way the culture's built, you don't legally
have to.
Yeah, but if basically the unsaid thing is, hey, dog, listen, we love your face. We just need you to smack a little bit of makeup on it.
and then come in, and then you can.
Yeah,
what?
don't come in with no makeup no more. Just come in, don't have no makeup. See what happens.
Look,
What if she gets fired?
She gonna get fired? Can you?
This is what I'm saying.
Suit? Can you file suit for
How
like
would she-
discrimination
how
for
would they
something
know?
like that?
That sounds like a lot of effort and money that I don't have, my dude.
Legal
Somebody
fees.
That's how
will
they
take
get
that
you.
case. Somebody might take that case. Somebody might take that
Pro
case.
bono?
Please.
Yes, for like against like a major
$5.
corporation. It's not like the people who like you're under the employed don't have the money for a case like that. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I just think of the little girls, man. That's
the younger
'cause,
ones
you know,
that work there, yeah.
here we are in a society where the political climate is finally going, hey, we need to invest in our beautiful young girls and women just as much as we've been investing in men in this fucking patriarchal society. And then I hear something like that, I'm just like, that's not part of the wave, man.
Look,
It's just not.
I think if you're not, like, for instance, if you're not in it, you're not understanding how slow goings it is. You know what I mean? And, like, from the outside, you sort of only see the achievements, but you don't see how much fucking work, like, I'm sure you guys understand this from your
Right.
perspective as well, but how much fucking work goes in it. And this is why I was so tired of, like, when I was talking about feminism and stuff last week, why I was so goddamn tired. Because every woman is constantly moving for change, and yet I still have to wake up, put on makeup, and go to work. You know?
yeah.
That's
Like-
I'm like, oh
I've-
god.
You know, I get equal pay now. Sick. Thank you, Australia. Equal pay. That's dope.
Woo!
But I still have to wear makeup. You know what I mean? So it's always something.
Right.
It's always something. Which obviously you guys can understand in your own rights. But it's just... I'm tired. Good night.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
That's
place
really
to like.
kind of disgusting, yo.
I think that's a good place to end too. Like, 'cause we
No,
gotta
yeah.
wrap the show up.
I feel that.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep, brother. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's time, man.
This
I'm
fucking
tired, too.
job, mind you, I don't even dislike it. It's just like I gotta keep getting up early and stuff, and I'm like, why I gotta keep getting up early, God? And God's like, shut up, nigga. You gotta let go and then find a job the next week. Like, do you want
That
this
is
money?
true, yeah.
And mind you, I was sitting there on my altar because I have an altar, and on the altar, sometimes like big coins, I'll put them on the altar just as like a metaphor to be like, yo,
You
could I
have
bring in some
Bitcoins on
wealth?
the altar?
No, not Bitcoin, big coins. I said like coins like quarters, stuff like that. Or
Oh,
if I have
you
like
said
dollar
big
coins.
coins. I thought you said
I like
Bitcoin.
just in terms
You
of
got
like
Bitcoin on your altar. What type of
Nah,
millennial
imagine.
shit is that?
Yeah, you wouldn't even. Yeah, see, y'all ain't even got that shit out yet. But like, no, but it's like I dead asked God for money, and then it came to me, and I was like, but I don't want it like this. And God just
And he was like,
get ready to be like, yo, and like, you want me to backhand you right now because you know I can. And I'm like, all right, chill, thanks. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
true
It's all
story. Like a couple weeks, like last week, I'm working, right? Palm starts itching, and you know when your palm itch, that means you about to get some cash in that palm, right?
Oh,
And
word.
so like that's what that means. It's an old wives' tale.
No, yeah, I didn't realize.
When your palm itches, it means you better get some money, right?
Why you ain't scratching?
I am dead.
Yo, that's hilarious,
So
bro.
like every time that's happened to me though, at like Staples, like somebody was about to give me some money. I knew it, right? My palm started itching. I said, "Oh shit, I'm about to get some money," right? I was like, "But God, I need some big money," right? So like what happened was I helped this lady out to her car and she gives me a tip. I'm like, oh no, I can't really accept this tip. She gives me a $20 tip for like bringing stuff out to her car. Now that's a big deal. That might not be a lot to some of y'all, but like when you down here with like cheapos, like they give you like $5 most of the time. So she gave me $20, right? And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, but you know what? I need a little bit more than 20, Lord. Sure enough, day after she comes back, same lady. I help her out to her car again, give me another 20. I got $40 in 2 days. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Damn, boy. You know what I'm saying? Out here, $20 in 2 days. Well, that's $20 an hour when get yourself a pay raise, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Better get this green out here, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get like you, King.
I am so poor.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe I ain't trying to get like you. All right, I'm be over here.
I'm like so happy I have a $40. Like Rhianna just made $1 billion today, and I'm like happy I have $40. I'm just like, give me 40, please.
Hey, man. We can't all be billionaires, nor should we all try to be honest with you.
Claire, do you have anything you want to leave the people with?
Just I want to say something nice about your mother, but I don't know how to like.
What was her name, Logan?
Her name is Betti.
That's a nice
I
name.
knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Because I remember I asked, was it short for Elizabeth? And you're like, I don't know. And I was like, how do you not know?
No,
Are you just
it's
not telling me?
It's not. It's not. It's not short for Elizabeth.
She was just a Betty?
Yeah, she didn't like that, but like that. Yeah, that's the truth.
I like the name Betty.
We like her name, but it was just like more the symbolism and stuff at the time when she was
Did
named.
she keep
and
making?
stuff, so.
Okay.
She did keep her last name. Yeah, after the divorce. Yeah, I'm gonna start bleeping my last name out. Like y'all keep saying.
Yeah,
it on
probably.
the show. Damn.
Probably. Yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah, but she did keep her last name. Yeah,
That's sweet, man.
So Betty Macon.
but like the thing
Betty.
is, like she made it her own after like she divorced my dad. Like she just kind of like it was kind of weird because like we had our like our own family. Like it was a different family. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Well, she birthed y'all, and y'all had been making for a while, so I could understand her just being like, no, that's who I am.
yeah,
It's just a different branch.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
But
Which is something else for like a woman to do. Like I was telling my brother that you
Yeah.
know, like for like she didn't go
If
get another
anyone could, it'd
man
be
or
her.
like you know. Yeah, I know.
if anyone
Yeah.
could, it would be her.
That's true.
Thank you, Betty, for giving 3 white little women in Australia something to look up to.
And that
Thank
that one
you
really
for my
hit me.
best friend, who has been my closest companion and biggest rock for the last almost 10 years. Thank you for saying I'm not the weirdest sounding Australia. I'm not that bad. Thank you. I appreciated that. Honestly, your opinion meant so much to me. So the fact you liked me was just like, oh, because you were so harsh, girl. I love you, but you were so harsh. So your opinion, so the fact you liked me was a real good ego boost. So thanks for that. And I know that you're up there watching and listening on the Heaven cast, and I'm so glad that you're at peace. Rest in peace. Also, wear makeup, don't wear makeup, I don't know. Tell me how much.
I mean, how much?
If you guys know any cheap, if you guys know any cheap makeup places that you can like link in like any of the like posts on Instagram or whatever, like just give it to me, whatever. Find me, I'll find them. I would love that because holy crap. I'm so broke out here and I need to do this. Help me out before the like system changes. And that's it. I hope everyone stays happy and healthy and looks after themselves and drinks water and gets some fresh air up in those lungs. And I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week.
Oh wow, that was beautiful. Thank you, Claire.
It was a really long one, sorry.
No, that was beautiful. Thank
After
you.
I was singing about Betty, my brain just went, and I was
Yeah.
like, wait, pull it back. Don't cry, just pull it back.
Mitch, did you have anything you want to leave the people with?
To Betty Macon. Rest in power.
You guys are the best. Like you guys are I say like almost every week that you guys are the best, but you guys are actually the best. Like
We know.
I know you know. But like
I was going to say that too.
I know you guys know. But like I don't think I would do this show with anybody else. Like I don't know, maybe. But I like this is right now, you know. I love you guys so much. I don't think I would do the show with anybody else. You guys are my guys, and you guys I don't know what to say about you guys. I don't know. I just like, just for being so concerned and like being here for me during this time, and like it feels like even like holding my hand through like this whole podcast in a bit, you know. This is like one of the best shows I think we've done in a little bit. And not that the shows are ever bad, but this is just probably one of the best shows we've done. And you guys are like really, I asked before the show to just come in and just do your jobs, you know, just make it easy for me. You made it like really easy for me this episode. And thank you. I don't have much to say except like, you know, I've said everything that needs to be said at this point. I just wanted to say, I think the only thing I didn't say was that I love you, Mom. And I don't even know what the "and" would be. I love
It's
you.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say bye to the people, Claire.
Bye, people. Have a good week.
Say bye to the people, Mitch.
Goodbye.
So crazy and being normal.
I know.
Like I'm almost crying and I want to laugh because he's like being normal and I'm like, oh.
I'm your host, Logan.
Sorry.
And this has been the Milk and Toast podcast. And we're out. Bye.
Bye. Go get some rest, Logan.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.